For the Mustangs is number 1, Joseph Welch.
Welcome everybody to Tioga Jackson Field, Bishop McNamara High School, about ready to kick off to Gonzaga, and here we go. On behalf of First Amendment Sports, I'm Ken Marangolo. He's Tim Strachan.
What's up?
Kevin Ricca.
Happy to be here. Tioga Jackson Field looking gorgeous out here today, bud.
Gonzaga coming out for first down after the touchback. McNamara looking sharp, boys, in their gold tops, maroon bottoms.
I'll tell you what, you guys aren't wrong. This Tioga Jackson Field Stadium, the field itself, everything here has looked so good. It's been a long time since I've been at McNamara, and it looks great. They've done a great job with this place.
Yeah, there's no more pebbles on the field.
That's right.
Yeah.
The ash.
The big dirt patch in the middle of the field.
Not that we didn't have one over at St. John's. That field has no more pebbles either.
Here we go.
Only an outside run.
Number 5, yeah, a little fly sweep action.
Aaron Turner.
Yeah, he's dynamic. They use him out of the backfield. They throw the ball to him. He's a sophomore. He's a stud athlete.
Second down, 5 to go. Gonzaga with the ball. Gonna pass.
That pass is to number 15, short to the flat.
Quick Caleb Williams completion. Number 15 tight end heading to Vanderbilt. He's a specimen, isn't he?
First chance. First chance for this Mustang defense to get off the field. Third down.
And 4.
Justin Ball signed with Vanderbilt in the offseason, and he looks like he's going to have a heck of a career in the SEC.
Lord, that's a great target.
They're going to use the whole field on this formation, boys.
Run on the inside.
Looks
I
like
don't know if he got there.
it's going to be. It looks close. I'm
Lucas
watching the
Warfield
referee's
on the carry.
he's making the call. First down.
All right.
First down up the middle. Hurry up, no huddle for Gonzaga.
By number 33.
First and 10.
Hey, that Gonzaga O-line is not tiny either.
Well, no, I was going to say, you can see the difference right now off the bat, how big Gonzaga is compared to McNamara.
And that ball's on the money.
Not going to be enough to
Warfield
move the
out of the
chains on
back
that field. Yes, it is.
That ball complete to number 33, Lucas.
Yes, it is.
So far, we're 0 for 2 on first down calls, so maybe we should
we're on the field. If you're they're coming right at us. Gonzaga working right at us, top to bottom. I almost want to say left to right on your radio dial. First and 10.
Gonzaga looking a lot like University of Maryland with all that shifting and motion pre-snap.
Going back to pass, and he's got it.
I mean,
and
if
that's
you
a
leave
catch.
this kid that amount of time, he's going to not throw very many incompletions. John Marshall, one of his favorite targets. John Marshall's a Navy commit, and he's made play after play after play. A first-team All-League performer last season as a punter, but a lot of that has to do with his ability to catch the football.
Well, we all know that the
catch radius.
WCAC punter sometimes tends to be just a very good athlete.
Exactly.
Someone who deserves to be on it.
Exactly, an extra spot for a deserving baller.
That's going to be enough to move the chains. Gonzaga mounting a drive early against McNamara, coming right at us. First and 10.
They are moving
that
fast.
Was Malcolm Terry. I mean, that also all of a sudden in the first drive, Gonzaga's already given the ball to about 4 different people. How many weapons they have is pretty incredible.
Yeah, Malcolm Terry is their change-up back. He's a speedster. He's not the big bruiser that you have in Lucas Warfield or Loic Sangwa, but he's definitely got some energy coming out of the backfield, and you can see his playmaking ability.
McNamara's got to do something here defensively. They're getting pushed back on the line. They've got to close on the ball a little bit better. Gonzaga's starting to knock on the door in this first drive of the game.
Yeah, they've got a smallish and undersized D, but they got some speed out there.
Second and long.
And yeah, I think the straight-ahead run game is going to possibly wear them down as the day goes on, but they want to throw this thing with Caleb Williams.
Ball deep. It's going to hit the sidelines. Got away with a little bit of hands on the chest there.
I think the ball was out of it was not catchable ball.
No, that ball was
good.
coming.
No call by the referee there.
Yeah, you got to let him play a little bit. And a little hand fighting never hurt anybody, and I don't think it affected the play.
Third down and long for the Gonzaga Purple Eagles.
Yeah, it looks to be about 3rd and 8. This is a big test for this McNamara defense right here. I don't know about Gonzaga's ability to kick a long field goal, but this would be a huge stop for this McNamara defense right here on 3rd and long.
Looking for number 35 potentially to step up and make a play on this drive.
Big play here.
Shotgun 2 wide.
Single on the way out, way outside. And he's looking at the run. All right.
Look like they got it.
I'm done making those calls, T. I'm wishing you the best, my
It looks like it's going to be fourth
friend.
down. We got a fourth down call.
It is.
Host of Mustangs.
I
bet you Gonzaga goes for it here.
I don't think they're giving it too much thought.
Absolutely.
It was a 2-down territory for Gonzaga's offense. Coach Travers decided to believe in his players right here.
It does look like a long one, though, boys. No, he's going to get it.
Yeah, he
and
got
then
it.
some.
Hey,
Yeah.
Coach Travers keeping us on our game today, huh, fellas? Coming out in this fast-paced NASCAR-type offense in the situation for our first broadcast, man. Appreciate that, Coach.
1st and 10 in the red zone. Gonzaga staying with the no huddle under center. There's the handoff.
Yeah,
He's
they
able to get a
that.
few extra yards, yeah.
Hey, keep an eye out here on the cornerback on the near side and man-up coverage. John Marshall, they love the back shoulder fade. They've been throwing fades and back shoulders all year long. It's a great combination. Caleb Williams throws it fantastic. And Time Britt Collins has got 10 offers out here. This is going to be an interesting matchup. They line it out again.
Short space for the McNamara defense to work in against the Purple Eagles. Gonzaga offense standing about 15, 20 yards away from us.
Yeah,
Right this very
single
second.
high safety looks like a man under look. Gonzaga's going to run the ball. Nice play in the
Ball carried
backfield.
off the right side
Okay,
by number 33.
Maybe just a
Backfield.
slight gain. It's gonna bring up a third down, and Gonzaga is gonna stay at the line of scrimmage. Does not look like they're
That
huddling.
leaves a third down and 3.
Switching out to what looks like to be a slightly smaller
I can tell you what,
personnel grouping.
if McNamara can hold Gonzaga out of the end zone on this, it would be a win for them to start off this game. Gonzaga's moved the ball pretty easily down the field, but having trouble punching it in here.
Caleb Williams in shotgun on 3rd and short on Gonzaga's opening drive of the game. McNamara playing John Marshall single up
Yeah,
on this
singled
outside.
up.
Timeout on the play.
Singled
taken
up.
by
It
the
looks like,
Gonzaga Eagles.
They're not going to run Time Britt Collins with John Marshall. They're going to stay on either side of the field. But this one-on-one situation, I mean, Gonzaga's been such a high-powered, high-strike offense. Their red zone is from the 50-yard line in.
Right.
And like you said, T, the bend but don't break approach for the McNamara defense right now on 3rd down. This is a huge, huge play.
I've always felt like these types of spread offenses, though, Kevin, when you get into the red zone, because they use the width of the field so much, when you have that short field in front of you, it's actually a lot harder for a spread offense like this to get it, to have that good red zone kind of type of offense to get you on the end zone.
Yeah, it does. It shrinks the space in front of them, and I'm just really interested to see these one-on-ones out here. I mean, Sam Sweeney and John Marshall have close to 10 touchdowns each on the season. I mean, it's got to be right up there, and both of them are outstanding at going and getting the ball. I look to see them. I look to see the John Marshall connection. It seems to be the trust of the senior.
Yeah. Watch for John Marshall maybe doing a cross across to the middle of the field, in the middle of the end zone, going
Now-
up high. It
Down
seems like
play
that's
here,
what he's
3rd
always
and short
looking to get.
They did switch
for the Eagles.
the field on us, putting Marshall on the far side.
11-yard line.
And it looks like that's where he wants to go.
Williams drops back to pass. Throwing in the end
Nice
zone, and
play
Broke
by
it up.
McNamara.
Great.
Broke up by the safety.
Number 8, Irvin Wilkins.
Oh,
Oh, that
That's
was
his
Tom
second-
Collins?
No, I think it was 8.
It was
that was
8
his
and 2,
second
both on
play,
the play.
this
Yeah.
series. Right down here in the end zone. He had a very good open field tackle, and then he had that great pass breakup right there.
Yeah, you got to hope Tom Collins is doing all right here. He looks like he's a little shaken up. He's their number 1 covers guy.
Looks like Gonzaga's going to go ahead and attempt for 3.
And he's holding that arm kind of
T,
low.
to your point, T,
Yeah.
it's a good outcome on the opening drive against this Gonzaga offense for McNamara.
Ball is down. It's up.
Up, and it's
We got a,
Just
we got a
barely.
good 3-point
Just barely, though.
over the
that
tip
was
of the
tight.
pole.
With 7 minutes and 8
Very
seconds
good
in the first
opening
quarter.
drive by
That's
Gonzaga to move the
Eagles
ball
3
down the
and
field, but even
McNamara
better by the
Mustangs 0.
McNamara defense to hold them out of the end zone, only forcing them to go for 3.
We're going to get our first look at Miles Miller and the McNamara offense. Going to get our first look of the day at a Gonzaga defense that has that knows in order for a playoff run to be successful and a playoff race to be successful, they're going to have to play a little better than what they played their last 2 games, bringing everyone up to speed. We got an 0-2 in the conference Gonzaga team versus an 0-1 McNamara team in the WCAC. There's a lot on the line for both of these teams today.
St. John's, we have Tim Stratton.
Hey, they're announcing our names.
We're getting an announcement here. Appreciate you guys.
Ken Marangolo, the class of 94 here at Bishop McNamara.
I appreciate the shout out there. Marco Clark, class act.
I think he forgot you.
Today's announcer.
Kevin.
No, he hit me first.
He let him off.
Yeah, you must have not
Why
been
do you
listening to
get
that
first?
part. I don't know why. I think they go handsomest.
All right, I'm gonna have to take that up with Marco.
I'm just guessing here.
He was my counselor and coach back at the Math in 92, 93, 94.
Senior Johnny Woodbury, number 5, the deep man for the Mustangs, the talented wide receiver. That ball is going to be out of bounds.
And that ball
that came off the inside of the hosel, don't you think?
It was
a little bit of a.
That was Hotski. If
Yeah.
Darren McClinton, if you're listening, that was a
Hey.
Hotski special.
Yeah, it happens.
It does.
Hey, Ken, you just got inducted into the Hall of Fame here at as the 1993 soccer team, championship soccer team for McNamara got inducted. Maybe you should give this kid a little pointer or two about
Why?
kicking.
Thank you. Well, trust me, I'm sure they are far beyond my meager skills on any athletic field. Whether they're wearing maroon or purple, I know these guys got it going on.
Hey, I'll put you in charge of all things kicking out here
I
today.
appreciate that.
I
appreciate
agree.
that.
I second that.
And I'm going to tell you what, this Gonzaga senior linebacking core, keep an eye on these guys, Hunter Stewart, Aaron Davis, and Loic Sangwa. I think that's the heart of their defense. You know, you got Wete and Sean Johns up there, 2 stud seniors on the front 4, but these linebackers have been through it all, man. They've seen everything, and they really get to the ball.
I got
First
a little
down.
story I'd like to share about Aaron Davis here when we get a minute.
Miles ready to take the snap. And there's a quick handoff, and Gonzaga was there in a hurry.
And Miles Miller hands it off
In a
from
real
the
hurry.
inside.
Give that tackle to the entire
Elijah
front
Williams.
5 of Gonzaga. It looks like they just swarmed it, collapsed the pocket.
Yeah.
He had nowhere to go.
Yeah, Elijah Williams, the
Loss
junior.
of 1 on the play.
Miles Miller is good at getting the ball out of his hands fast if they want to go that route. It's going to be relying on the receivers and then the guys with the ball to do something with it. Looks like they got an old school run and shoot.
Yeah, little
5.
Tom Clark
backfield.
action, check with me, going empty.
Miles Miller's going to need to get rid of this ball fast.
And he does, and
He
he's
does.
accurate, and this is what he's best at.
There you go.
Herb Wilkins.
We got ourselves a first
And
down.
Herb Wilkins is brought
Hey,
down.
Herb Wilkins is a playmaker.
47-yard line for a Mustang.
And you
first
nailed
down.
it, Ken. He gets that ball out of his hands, and he's very accurate. I love the kid's game. Spoken with his father, Keith, before the game started.
Coach.
And you know, I already put my text into the football office down at Catholic University. We'll see how that goes.
Doing a little recruiting, were you?
Hey,
got
man,
a
listen,
first
a
and
kid like
10.
this from a league like this would be a real steal for Coach Gutt down there. And as a proud alum, I'd love to see it be him.
4 wide on this play with one joining Miles in the backfield. Takes a low snap. There's a handoff, and once again, the running game for McNamara after 2 plays it's not shining yet.
Brought
1,
down by
2,
those
3,
Eagles.
4
Hey.
Gonzaga
With
guys.
the first man on the scene,
With a
Sean
quarter
Johns.
tackle.
Sean Johns, a senior captain, a JMU commit. He's a heck of a football player. And
Can you get a quarter tackle? Yeah, I know you can get a half a tackle.
I don't know.
Never see a quarter tackle.
I'll leave the math up to you on that.
There was 4 of them in on that one on that play.
I think we'll give it to the senior captain. I think in
How much for
in
a
films
sip?
he gets it. How much for what?
How much for a sip? Second and long. Miles Miller leading the McNamara attack. Low snap
They gotta
again.
get the snap up.
Ball's out, and we got
Nice catch.
ourselves.
Oh, he dropped
Yeah.
it.
And Miller's pass is incomplete.
Was that intended for? That wasn't Johnny.
Intended for number 4, Charles Proctor.
Charles.
Third
You
down
got to be
and 12
careful
for
here.
Proctor.
This is a dangerous down here for the Mustangs. You know, you want to get that 12 yards, but you got to make sure you get rid of that ball on time. And hey, if you got to take your medicine, throw the ball away and punt here. That's not a big bad deal, especially the way they played D on that first drive.
3 on the right.
I think
Johnny Woodbury on the left.
I think McNamara could maybe use the pass rush by Gonzaga to their advantage. Maybe go with a little screen
A
here.
screen would look
Yeah, yeah.
great.
But if you're Gonzaga, I think you're looking for it as
Their
well.
senior linebackers have seen 1 or 2 of those. So you got single coverage out left.
There you
There
go.
you go,
There it is.
T.
Oh,
Oh, it was
Oh,
there.
wow,
Oh,
they
it was
had
a
it.
super screen right in the middle there.
Yeah,
And
that
if
was.
he had connected, that would have been a huge
Nice
The middle
ball,
screen was
T.
going to the house. I mean, that rush got there about a step too soon. Miles Miller didn't have enough time, but if you hung it up there a little bit,
Perfect call.
that was a great call.
Great
Hey,
call,
good call by
Strachan.
you over there, QB.
I've done this once or twice.
Yeah, I noticed.
McNamara Mustangs on 4th and long. Back to punt. Receiving for Gonzaga. Who is that? Number 6?
But if you're the McNamara coaches right now, you pull your offense
Dean
together,
Ingram?
you
I
say,
can't see if it's
guys.
5 or 6. If it's 5, it's Aaron Turner. If it's 6, it's Dean
I
Ingram.
think it's
You say
Dean.
you pull your guys aside, you pull that offense aside right now, and you say, guys, look, there was just a couple missed opportunities there. If we can make those plays, we're still moving this ball down the field.
Got a fair
They should
catch.
feel pretty good about it.
Gonzaga will take
Got a deep
over.
punt. It's fair cut.
Oh, a little
by the
shimmy
Eagles at the
after that
21 line.
fair catch there. I like that. Having
Did
fun out here.
did they get out inside the 20? Looks like.
I
like
told
our
you,
angle.
I'm done making
I
I
calls.
told
done
you guys I
guessing.
had a little story about Aaron Davis. I was walking through the parking lot on my way over here this morning, and I see this man in all purple, a Gonzaga shirt on, and he looked familiar, and I said, Willie? And he looked at me and goes, Tim, what's up? I said, Willie Davis, who I played with at DeMatha, wearing
Catholic.
Gonzaga? What is wrong with you? And he says, my son plays for Gonzaga. He's the middle linebacker captain. So happy for him, that young man. He's doing a great job, but it hurt my heart. Hurt my heart to see Willie Davis in a Gonzaga, all decked out in Gonzaga gear. He looked at his wife. He goes, I told you someone's going to see me. Willie, I saw you, and it hurt.
Wrong dude.
But I'm
Got a
gonna,
second
I'm gonna definitely
down.
root for your son, though. That's for
tackle
sure.
made
You were a
by
great
number
player
2,
back in the
Jordan
day.
Riley.
Quick completion to
Gonzaga with
Sam
4
Sweeney.
wide receivers. And it's an inside handoff.
Yeah, it looks like Gonzaga's trying to control the time of possession here. You know, they're such a
Number
quick
2,
strike
Malcolm
offense.
Terry on the
I'm
Yeah.
just sitting here waiting for the ball to fly like it does so beautifully off Caleb Williams' hands into one of these receivers for a big play.
1st and 10 for Gonzaga. Getting out from being buried deep in their own territory. Come on, let's see here. Here comes a pass. The pass rush was able to get to him, but the ball got out.
Hey,
That's what you were looking for,
Number
Kevin.
10, Sam Sweeney. I mean, he's been a playmaker all year, guys. He is a junior. This kid is one of the top long stick middies in the nation, has committed to play lacrosse for Penn State.
Nice.
I love that he's out here playing football for Gonzaga for the next 2 years. You don't see a ton of that these days. These two-sport kids are starting to run by
Like
the
Kevin
wayside.
Hogan for the New England Patriots.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, this kid, but hey, why not come play wide receiver with a guy like Caleb
Yeah.
out there flinging it?
There you go.
Good move.
Going to get a first down for Gonzaga.
Williams swing
Quick,
pass complete
quick
to
release
number
for
8,
Caleb.
Malcolm Terry.
2 back-to-back first down for Gonzaga. They're rolling now. They got 2 big plays.
McNamara's defense looks tired too. You can see they're already looking like they have had 2 long drives on their
There
end.
it is,
we got
gentlemen. Yeah.
we got a timeout. Oh, we got an injured player for McNamara on the sidelines. Thought I was going to see a timeout.
Look out right in front of us here. This is the matchup. This is I got to think they're coming to this sooner than later. These 2 guys, John Marshall, Time Britt Collins, both scholarship guys, both senior studs. And McNamara feels confident enough to defend Gonzaga in man-to-man, putting them on an island out here.
Well, we talked all year about the fact that McNamara has the athletes
Yeah.
that match up with athletes from other teams. It's really the big guys up front, the big size, the speed, the strength in the middle where McNamara right now needs to get a little bit better, and where we're seeing right now Gonzaga controlling the line of scrimmage for the majority of this first quarter.
3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. 1st and 10. Gonzaga coming out of the injury timeout. McNamara's defense got a little bit of a breather. And we got a nice one-on-one matchup deep. And here comes the ball on a wide run, and McNamara's going to have it bottled up.
That's
the
Number
jet sweep.
5,
Good
That's just-
job by McNamara
a bit-
defense staying home.
in the backfield
I
by
mean,
number 22, A.J. Hayes.
A.J. Hayes just making a heck of a play out there. Not getting beat on the perimeter, doing his job.
Loss of 2 in the play. It'll make it second down and 12
That's
for
just
the
great
Eagles.
football. Nice job, 22.
Not a
Second
lot
and
of-
long.
Not a lot of seniors on this McNamara defense.
The program is young.
Yeah.
You know, second year for these guys in this ideology. The kids are buying in, and a lot of these guys are playing for the first time. Gonzaga's going to another handoff, and he's got some running room. And he's got some running room, and he's going to be brought down. It will be a first down for Gonzaga in the red zone, just outside the 10, looking like.
A
In
little
case
bit
you're
of
listening
counter
to
tray there.
Yeah, Lucas Warfield, when he gets downhill, he's hard to carry, hard to take down. He broke a handful of tackles here. Keep an eye out for John Marshall, like I said, Justin Ball here, who they went to in the red zone last time, unsuccessfully.
McNamara was able to get a little success on that running play. You're going to listen to us make this call. You're going to wonder why we're not seeing what you're seeing. We got 2 camera angles, and we are on the field, ladies and gentlemen. We are as close as you can possibly be to a high school football game,
We'd
which
like
I
to be
love.
close to the action.
But you might have a better angle at some of the ball placement than we do, but that's going to be just fine. We got ourselves another timeout. Oh, we got another injured player from McNamara.
Just want to point out in that long run that Gonzaga just had, I believe, Luke Pettibone was one of the big guys up front for Gonzaga, left guard, pulled downfield. His brother Richie Pettibone went to Alabama, at Alabama right now. He's the second of 3 boys coming up in the line of that family. We all know the Pettibone family, being Redskins fans, and there's some great lineage there, football genes, and we're seeing the middle of the 3. I heard the young one, Carson, is a quarterback. He's the athlete of the 3, which the youngest usually is in all families.
Well, I'm not sure if I believe in that theory. But speaking of being a quarterback here at Tioga Jackson Field, I don't know about you, I got my head on a swivel. I feel like Art Petaway and Paul Jackson are coming out of nowhere.
Oh, remember them?
I don't want any trouble. Rest in peace, Art Petaway. What a great football player,
and
a great guy.
I know Paul Jackson's here today somewhere.
Yeah, I don't want to get hit from the blind side. Is what I'm saying. So I don't know if I can
They
protect
always
you two
had
covering
great
me on the
athletes.
outside.
They always had great athletes.
Great guys too. I mean,
Absolutely.
you know,
Paul Jackson, you couldn't get a nicer person.
No, he really is.
Face this earth.
That
Great Terp. Did a great job with the Terps when he was there.
reminded me almost of a Belli run from the old days, the way he had a couple guys hanging on him coming down in the red zone. Pitch,
Quick pitch.
and we're going to have
Good swarm.
a lot of
Look
force.
at him
Loic
moving that pile.
Loic Sangwa did not want to go
That
down
ball
there. He
is
wants
gonna be
the
placed
senior
at a
one
2.
at 6, baby.
McNamara is going to force a 3rd down and goal. Gonzaga is going to get to the line of scrimmage extremely quickly.
Going quick.
Murphy is wide, but they are looking like they want to do something up the middle. We got ourselves.
Push him back.
Oh, we're going to have an
looks like
offsides on
yeah.
McNamara. It's going to give him a little bit closer than,
the old,
the 1.5.
The old 5-inch penalty.
You
Is
know,
that
you
on
always,
McNamara?
you always take that. Yeah, I had hands on hips right in front of me out here, linesman.
Looks like Gonzaga's trying to make a point here, guys. Softening up that middle, running that ball directly up the middle.
Well, like we said, that's where they're going to be most successful.
They're going to call it 1st down on the offsides. I always thought that was just a distance.
Automatic.
And we got a keeper for a score. Gonzaga puts 6. I believe we are now tracking a 9-0 game with the extra point to follow. Gonzaga Eagles fans here love that. And there's a good amount of purple here in Forestville this fine day.
They always travel well.
They do travel well. Got all kinds of audio visual people up in the top there. All kinds of purple just dotted around. You know what? It's great too. The purple and gold it just goes well.
I feel like we're developing a rivalry with some of these photographers from this angle we're chosen today. T, I'm putting you in charge.
Here we go. The point after attempt. It's up. We got a good one. 10-0. Gonzaga. McNamara will take the ball.
56 seconds left in the first quarter. It's your Gonzaga Eagles 10 and our Bishop McNamara Mustangs 0.
All right, well, here's where number 12, Miles Miller, has to gather the boys and say we got to get some points on the board here. Like you said, T, we left a little something out there, left a little meat on the bone on that last drive.
It wasn't anything Gonzaga did defensively to stop them. I think they had the drop pass. That would have been a 1st down, move the chains, and then that screen, which would have definitely gone for not only just a 1st down, but maybe a whole lot more. They have opportunities if they don't shoot themselves in the foot. Like, look, Gonzaga we know is bigger, stronger, faster across the board. But McNamara doesn't need to play a perfect game. They just need to play the best game they could possibly put together. And if they can make some of those types of plays, they can make this a game early on. Don't let it get too far out of hand. This is going to be a must-score opportunity for the Mustangs.
And no doubt in my mind, we see that middle screen in the fold here in the next couple quarters.
Yeah, especially if they keep getting that pressure from the inside defensive front of Gonzaga. They can use that to their advantage.
Last time they kicked it away from Johnny Woodbury.
Yeah, I think he's going to go head down and hit this one perfectly. He's going to hit this one flush.
10-0 Gonzaga. A minute 50 to go in the first quarter. McNamara on the receiving end of a kickoff. Here we go. Listen to beat the drum, beat the drum. All right, here we go.
Ball's kicked deep, received by Spinner. Who gets it up on the inside.
Hits it.
Got a McNamara return. He's able to get out
Nice return.
from his goal line. Solid
Marvin
return.
Spinner hit that one. You know, I like the way he did that. You just get it and you go. No dancing around. He hit a crease.
You could tell he had some purpose, a little deliberation on that one, and put McNamara in a good position on first down. The running game didn't look so hot out of the gate, but I have a hard time thinking they can at least stick with it. I mean, they gotta still hand it off.
No doubt about it. You got to protect the quarterback back there. You got to have play action ready to rock and roll, and you can't just have a 3-and-out and 3. Uh-oh.
We got a batted ball at the line of scrimmage on first down.
Miller's pass is batted down.
2nd and 10. McNamara.
Hey, this Gonzaga front seven is
they're
impressive.
big.
They're looking
It's
real
impressive.
good.
I mean, Joe Wette heading to Oklahoma as a 4-star. He's the #1 recruit in Washington, D.C. in the senior class. I mean, he is no joke. Expect him to make a handful of plays here this afternoon.
Hunter Stewart's
For the Mustangs.
looking pretty big today.
Hunter Stewart, that's a first-team WACC selection in 2017. Yeah, UVA's got another guy coming his way.
Miles Miller takes the snap. They get the ball out. Johnny Woodbury does make a fine
On the reception.
catch. It's going to get set up a 3rd down for the McNamara offense.
Nice snag there by Woodbury. That was up in the air. He went up and snatched it.
A little
Yeah,
extra
we got a few
effort, too.
yards.
Gets about a 3rd and 4.
He wants the
That's
ball.
a manageable 3rd down.
Absolutely the name of the game and why you can't leave the run today, T. You got to get into that 3rd and 4.
Yeah.
3rd and 12 with this front seven is the danger zone.
You smelling that screen again, T?
I wouldn't be surprised if Miles Miller right here maybe keeps it himself, picks up the first down, unless he gets rid of it quick.
Nice
Nice
play by
play.
Miller.
And that ball
got-
complete.
A 1st down.
That ball complete to number 11, Jalen Watson.
Love the way how Miles Miller right there
That'll be
stepped
a
up
first
into the
down,
pocket, looked like he was going to throw,
Mustang.
but kept his eyes downfield, and then finds his receiver. Good pitch and catch, and the receiver does a great job securing it, getting an extra yard or 2.
Yeah, I thought he was listening to the mic in his ear that was directly linked to you there. He took up, stepped in the pocket, thought he was going to take off. Great throw and catch on 3rd. Move the chain.
1st down. 4 wide receivers and a running back in motion for the Mustangs. 3 out wide to the right. Moving away from us from the back corner of the field. We got a keeper. Miles
There
Miller
it
has
is.
got some
There
space.
it is.
Quarterback, number 12, Miles Miller.
Rumbling and
That's
bumbling.
what I thought
the
they were
big
going
one,
to do on the
too.
last play.
The sticks are moving.
That'll be first down.
I got to tell you, boys,
Mustangs.
watching some tape on them this year, I have not seen a lot of that. I think that's a new wrinkle for today's game plan. You really don't want to get the senior banged up. But
Well, again, I
you got to
think-
take what you can get from the D.
I think what happened there, again, the front 4 for Gonzaga are getting upfield so fast and so quick that they're
Without a
using
doubt.
it to their advantage.
Miller throws
Gonna
short
get the
to
ball out of
number
Miles'
5,
hands
Johnny
fast.
Woodbury.
We got another
Again
gain.
with yards after the catch, that's a 5-yard gain.
About 2nd and 5 coming up for the McNamara Mustangs as they get back to the line of scrimmage. Gonzaga shuffling some guys on and off as now this is officially their longest
Another
stint on the
McNamara
field.
kid down on the sidelines though, right
you don't
now.
want to see that.
That's 3 so far.
3 injury timeouts. Gives Gonzaga a chance. They're going to go over and huddle up.
I mean, fellas, this is the type
Is that
of...
Johnny Woodbury down? Or
I can't see.
I
was
can't
trying
see
to,
either.
But it's the type of attrition that you deal with when you play a conference, in a conference as nasty as this. I mean, the constant pounding week in, week out. We saw a little bit of it last night. Good Counsel's quarterback was not able to go against DeMatha after we saw the physicality of the game at Catholic University a week ago. All these teams are starting to deal with this right now. Everyone's banged up. The difference between hurt and injured is a fine line, and you hope that everyone pops up today healthy. Especially the
Let's
guys
talk
over there.
about that game though last night. Good Counsel and DeMatha, we thought it was going to be a big game. It was going to have huge implications on home field advantage in the playoffs. And unfortunately, I think as Good Counsel being down, some players, especially Cam Snell at quarterback, really hurt them. DeMatha put 2 big defensive scores on the board in the first quarter. Really put the game away in the first quarter, and they were able to just keep them.
When you have
keep 'em
those
at bay.
2 safeties, T, and we talk about them having the best safeties in the country, and they showed everyone in the country
The
last
way
night
Nick Cross
exactly
just
why.
stripped the ball
It
from
was
the ball carrier
the
and took it
defensive
for
player of
6.
the year in the WCAC so
2nd
far
and
this
5. McNamara driving on Gonzaga. Miles Miller waiting for the snap. More of a traditional formation there. Looks like they're going to give it to the back. Gonzaga's right there on it again.
Not having any success between the tackles right now. You got to keep a defense honest, and you got to keep going to it every once in a while. But McNamara needs to figure out something, maybe attack the edges of this defense. Right now, the middle is not working for him.
Looks like a third down, call it a long 5.
And that ball carried by Tyvon Edmonds.
Yeah, they're going to try and spread them out here, T, and try and hit something up
Third down,
up quick. You know, Gonzaga plays that off coverage. McNamara's had some success throwing the quick hitches and getting the little snap screens out there, the little bubble. I think they're going to continue to take what they're given.
And that's the end of the first
And to keep that defense off the field for the big strike capabilities that Gonzaga has is the name of the game right now.
Well,
Points
right now,
huge.
that's great for this Maryland. I got to get out of
it.
For this McNamara defense to get a little bit of a rest. Good job by the McNamara offense, moving the ball, keeping the chains going, giving them a little bit of a rest. But I think, Kevin and Ken, that McNamara may be setting something up. They're going quick hitches, quick slants. I got to believe there's going to be a pump fake here somewhere, and they're setting them up for a pump and go, maybe a hitch and go or a sluggo or something like that, and take a shot down the field.
Well, they got the time for the pump. Hopefully they have enough time for the go, because Gonzaga's been into the backfield plenty as we transition to the second quarter. McNamara's going to come right at us, guys, right here to start with what looks to be a 4 or 5 yard third down play. I was watching the McNamara kicker warm up. I think this is going to be a little bit out of his range.
Yeah, I think we're in 4 down territory.
Yep, I think so too.
So don't be surprised to see something that, if they run the ball here, they're going to do something on 4th. But, Johnny Woodbury has been the guy so far, don't you say?
And he's back on the field after getting
healthy and ready to rock.
Dinged 2 plays ago. We got single. No, we don't have single coverage. A little help here. And now we're going to transition to maybe a little single with Johnny on the outside. McNamara gets a nice third down completion. He sat.
That was a pre-snap
Miles
read.
found. He even had.
Absolutely.
Kevin didn't need a ton of time to make that play.
Nope.
But the time that he needed, he got.
Yep.
It wasn't the same quick hitter that we've seen. It was a little bit. The receiver had to get into the spot, sat down in that zone.
12 plays within himself. He sat there comfortably. He knew it had to happen, and he makes the throw. It's like I said, you're going to play off coverage here. You're going to have a few holes out there, and if Miles can figure out how to get to the guys on time, they're going to have some success in the short passing game.
First down. Looks like McNamara Mustang timeout as they are, I believe, in the red zone. A red zone timeout.
Coach Malloy saw something he didn't like. Wants to make sure that they capitalize on this.
I want to make sure we also join our friend Marco Clark. He's been all over the WCAC, currently leading McNamara, not just from the head of the administration, but also from the press booth. Hopefully you'll be able to hear his voice.
There's a lot of hats around here, doesn't he?
He sure does. Although he used to be the full-time guy in the booth, and then he stopped. Funny story, I think his familiarity with some of the other teams, I think maybe he had to come out of the booth maybe after a DeMatha game even. Brothers and sisters that he loves dearly, and they love him.
Once again for our pep band, for our cheerleaders.
There he is, Marco Clark.
Team.
He gave us a heads up. The Class of 88 is reunioning here today. Welcome back, Class of 88.
Reunioning.
Yeah,
all right.
I try to turn things into. We got our first down though. Miles in shotgun.
The Class of 88's got to be proud of the way McNamara's done this drive, although they have a little bit of a mishap here.
Now, I got hands on hips there.
Nah, it's against McNamara.
We've got a flag on the play.
Are you doing that in protest of the call, or are we talking about the officials here?
I saw the.
They're huddling.
I saw them put hands on hips, which to me tells me it's offsides defense, right?
That would be the case.
We got ourselves an old-fashioned huddle of referees in the middle of the field, trying to figure out what they're going to do.
There it is. Here's the call.
And they're going to back up.
It's against Gonzaga.
There you go.
Until by the reaction.
initial call was against the offense, and that was reversed against the defense. Offsides on the defense.
We had it nailed on the mics here, boys. McNamara 1st and 5. A lot of room here, looking to hit, pay dirt. Miles Miller back to get the ball.
Once again, McNamara 4 wide, 1 back.
Quick hitter out. He's going to find his receiver, and he's got some moves.
Nice.
McNamara.
What a play.
Woodbury stepped out of
They
bounds.
said he stepped out of bounds, but I'm telling you, Sean Johns would have had another play that rivaled one of the top defensive plays that defensive lineman, that defensive tackle, just caught the fumble in the air,
and
tiptoed
on the
sidelines.
sidelines. It was amazing.
That was just what recognition. That's just an outstanding football play. That makes you want to get up and applaud.
How about the first
big break
move,
from
too?
McNamara. Big break that Woodbury stepped out of bounds before
Johnny
that fumble
Woodbury's
popped
gotta
out of his
shake
hand.
That
that
first
off.
move was impressive, the way that
Oh,
he
yeah.
accelerated. They got lucky, though. They stepped out of bounds.
Keeper
Oh,
for
Miles Miller for the McNamara Mustangs. We got ourselves a touchdown and a ball game.
Yes, sir. The kid can play. This kid has really impressed me today, gentlemen. The kid is a leader. You can tell when they were the pregame introductions, he got the biggest applause. He's the guy, and if he plays like this, he's going to keep him in this football game.
Yeah, I mean, going back to that third in the first quarter on the same drive, and I said that maybe it's going to be Miles Miller keeping the ball. That's obviously a part of their game plan right now, having two big zone read plays where he's kept it and picked up a first down and now the touchdown.
Well, I don't know who that was who got the fake handoff, but he got leveled by
Elijah.
4 guys. Okay. And it freed up.
Yeah, that was a team picture. He got hit by the team picture, which freed up Miles on the outside. I think that was right through the uprights, and we got a 10-7 ball game here, gentlemen.
McNamara
Nice.
is inspiring the Mustang faithful by putting themselves squarely in the middle of this contest. They know, as do we, that the WCAC playoffs are without a doubt on the line on Tioga Jackson Field today. Gonzaga's feeling it. Two very, very tough losses for them that they're rebounding from. The McNamara Mustangs at 0-1. They know this is their chance, not just to spoil things. They can put themselves in a position to potentially.
This is their chance. This is the DJ's chance to just get us off the floor tonight as soon as we started feeling good.
They did put us right near the speaker.
No doubt. I feel like we're back in college again, but there we go. All right.
Talking to Joe Rada, though, the athletic director at Gonzaga, before the game, and I said, you guys got to be so frustrated with 2 losses. He goes, yeah, we are. But these kids, they know what they have to do to get a little bit better, to get over the edge of those types of games, and they know they're going to meet those guys again at some point down the line. And it looks like Coach Driver's doing his best trying to get these guys over that hump.
Hey, Aaron Turner, John Sweeney back. Looks like John Sweeney's going to get it in the end zone.
That's a big leg right there. Hey, Kenny McNamara, you got to dig that going 7 yards deep. I mean,
that's Joe Wette. That's the Oklahoma DN recruit who is their kicker. He put a lot of that 240-some pounds into that one.
That totally changes the dynamic of getting tackled by the kicker.
Marco
on the
Clark
return.
told me to keep an eye on the kicker. He goes, you're going to love our kicker.
Well,
Oklahoma loves him too.
When he was kicking, it seemed like his kicking motion started at the 20 and finished at the 10. You know, he's gigantic. McNamara defense facing Caleb Williams, first and 10. Rested defense. There you go, T. They first chance they get off the field. It looks like was that a direct snap?
Direct snap. Dean Ingram, senior playmaker, heading to Wisconsin.
Ooh.
Did they get him on that? Looks like it was clean.
Almost a horse collar, but.
Guys, I think we've understated the talent level of this Gonzaga quarterback, Caleb Williams. Some publications have him ranked as the #1 quarterback in the nation in the sophomore class.
Yep.
And you can just see the ball come off his hands. It is so impressive how he spins it.
Dean finds room again.
Again, Ingram in the fold here in the backfield. That's another wrinkle out of Gonzaga.
But it's not a true Wildcat. They have Caleb Williams back there behind center, and then he just moves over, and Dean Ingram steps over and takes the snap himself.
Gonzaga driving, not really mixing words on this drive.
They are sticking to the run game. They are trying to prove a point. This is, like I said, such a high strike offense through the air.
Look how deep McNamara is playing. I think that's playing a role in the play calling for Gonzaga.
Gonzaga gets the catch on the side, and Evan Turner is up the field.
A well-designed play there. You have a flow action going to the right, come back on the backside with the screen, and I mean the athleticism of the left tackle for Gonzaga, Olu Fashanu. He's a big athletic guy, and he's out there leading the charge, looking like Trent Williams out there with Chris Thompson.
4 wide to the right for Gonzaga.
A whistle, maybe a timeout by Bishop McNamara.
Gonzaga wanted to go with a quick screen there. Three wide, right on the line with a wide receiver behind him.
It's a good answer to McNamara's drive going on right now by the Gonzaga offense. They are going right down the field. We got a 1st and 10 coming up, and they did it on the ground for the most part, but Caleb looked right, held right, and then came back to what I guess he started. The guy started
Aaron
in the slot.
Turner, yeah.
Aaron started in the slot, or did he start in the backfield that play? I did not see that.
My short-term memory is completely gone. I just know it was a well-designed play out there. And Olu Fashanu, who they love over at Gonzaga, there's a reason why he's been offered by UVA, Syracuse, Rutgers. Hey, they got 4 guys, 4 juniors on their offensive line. And big number 76, Patrick Matten. I wish we could go back in time and watch his uncle in blitz in a 7-on-7 blitz series and see what could happen. I think they might have to do that at Christmas time. But a heck of a beefy O-line. They got one senior, John O'Toole, a second-team All-League guy from last year, and you know they mean business out here today. They're gonna take the ball and run it right at McNamara, and then try and spread the field to the wide side with these screens.
I also love the way they're mixing it up, though. The first 2 plays of this series were the direct snaps to Ingram between the tackles, and then they go outside after the McNamara defense adjusts a little bit and brings guys in. Good way of mixing it up.
There's a lot of activity on the right side of this formation. You got 4
trips plus 1, little
trips
quad
plus
action.
one,
What do we got?
yeah.
No
Little
back,
Same formation last play.
diamond, anything you want. But here we
And
go.
it's going to be a keeper.
Oh, nice move by Caleb Williams. Oh.
Was that Quinn? We're going to be able to call?
All right, he's
that was
popping
a
up.
Quinn Osborne's
design.
name, and we got a flag.
Oh, you never.
You don't want that.
You never want that.
It was a
good
design
play.
quarterback play, design quarterback draw. McNamara was all over it. They were bringing the pressure, knowing that I think
It looks
Gonzaga
like it's
wanted
going to
throw
go
the
against
screen
Gonzaga.
again.
It had the after the whistle personal foul flavor to the penalty.
Hey, Caleb Williams is a fast kid and an athletic kid. They run some inside zone with him, but you know, you don't see him running between the tackles all that often.
Right.
And I thought his
conduct against the Eagles.
we got O lineman sticking up for the quarterback taking that
Yeah.
hit.
Yeah, it looked like it.
That'll bring them back 15 yards.
Was that Quinn Osborne at the nose?
That'll get you in good graces with the quarterback, but not such good graces with the coaching staff.
Yeah, but now you have a chance. The quarterback has a chance to pick up his guy for defending him right
That's
here,
true.
right now, and then everything.
Second and long.
Everything will be erased.
Second and a long.
You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
But I'm with you, buddy. I like it. You know, you don't want to see your quarterback take one of those hits. Got twisted up a little bit like a pretzel, and then he popped right up.
Poor McNamara has really got to play, contain, play within themselves. Don't give all this yardage back. We know the Gonzaga offense is capable of getting in
They got to
chunks.
take advantage of these type of opportunities for sure.
Caleb drops the ball. What a good-looking throw. I mean, it was a back shoulder. The receiver didn't pull.
He throws it so well.
It was.
They weren't on the same page right then and there, but
Good
he
coverage,
throws it
though, guys.
so well. Excellent coverage. Some good football being played out here today so far in the first quarter and a half, guys.
Yep. He slung it. It was clearly going for the back shoulder. The receiver was pushing up, didn't turn around. But it sure did, like you said, Kev, that ball looked pretty coming out of his
There's
hand.
a reason why Alabama, Florida State, Florida, Penn State, there's a reason. They seen the ball come off his hands. Clemson, yeah, the kid's a stud. But you got a guy out there, my man Britt, number 2, he is competing today, fellas. He is competing. He is all over the field. He's showing why he's the number 1 defender in the secondary for these guys.
Ball's in the air, and it's going deep, and they had a chance at it.
Right through his hands.
Ball was on the money.
Ball was on the money.
Very good throw.
Play by number 25, Javon Fontroy. That
Ingram
brings up
just
a fourth down.
couldn't
Got a
reel it
4th and
in.
long. I think they're going to punt this ball, but we shall see. They're bringing on.
Yeah, that was
their
the
teams.
sophomore. I can't. The 5 and the 6 with these jersey numbers are messing me up as well. That was the sophomore.
Well, you can't see it.
Aaron Turner.
To begin with.
Well, you're the one who just called it wrong, so I was trying to help you out. I was trying to help you out with the 5-6 whole thing, but I'll just sit over here. I don't want any trouble.
We'll listen to this in 25 years. This is going to sound amazing.
Sorry, Aaron Turner.
What is stopped by the McNamara defense? The punt
wow.
is angled to the outside. They're getting away from it. Looks like they're going to get pinned pretty decently.
I mean, maybe that's why John. There's
inside the
first
5.
team All-League punter,
Right at the 5.
John Marshall.
John Marshall did exactly on his
It's not all
command.
just his receiving stuff. Maybe the punting as well. Combo.
Reminds me of a young man back in our day, Kevin, Trip O'Brien, who never punted all year long, but he was such a good athlete, he made all punter. He was the punter on the all-league team, simply because he was a good enough athlete that they needed to put him on the team somewhere.
I prefer to continue telling him there was a prank. No, he was a heck of a player. Great guy we grew up with. And yeah, he was the punter after never punting.
Never punted, but he was the all-league punter.
Well, John Marshall just proved that theory at Gonzaga wrong. You can be the all-league punter and actually be a great punter.
I'll tell you guys, it's 10-7. McNamara went down and got themselves a touchdown. Gonzaga jammed it right back down their throat on a drive. They got stung by a personal foul. And now McNamara finds themselves with the ball, 1st and 10, and a real chance here. Doing some shuffling at the line of scrimmage. Going to send, looks like a more traditional 2 wide receiver set. Ball's coming out.
Got rid of it.
And here we go. We got ourselves.
Oh, good tackle. Hey, when Irv Wilkins gets going, he looked a little, he showed some quickness there, some separation.
That's the way you get yourself out of the hole. Deep in your own territory, that's the play you want to have. We'll see at what point in time we'll see when they go back to handing this ball off, because they're having some success with Miles Miller's arm.
Well, Miles Miller is hot right now, fellas. Yeah. I think you continue doing exactly what you're doing here. He's getting the ball exactly where it has to be. Look how fast.
Number 5, Johnny Woodbury breaks the tackle.
Here comes Johnny Woodbury with a solid gain.
Close to a 1st down.
And you know what this is going to do? What this is going to do defensively is Gonzaga is going to have to do something and adjust. And that weakens the middle of that defense up a little bit. And then maybe you go with a quarterback draw or a running back draw. And you now have a little bit more success up the middle.
Yeah, if they continue this off coverage, T, I think they're going to have to get up on him and not let him get the ball out. And I mean, Miles Miller hasn't been hit.
Go over the top.
He's got about 8 out of, he's probably about 8 out of 10. It looks like.
Miles Miller's going to be harassed in the backfield.
And that's how you handle
Miller
it.
is tackled for a loss.
And you're looking at a 3rd and long for the McNamara Mustangs. You really want to try to give that defense another couple breaths of fresh air before you put it back on this field. Thankfully, it wasn't the kind of sack for a loss that kills a drive all the way.
Great play, though, by Josh Williams. Yep. Number 57. Did not look like a sophomore there. Doesn't look like a sophomore on my monitor right now.
Let's call it 3rd and 7-ish. We got another huddle.
Play resumes. It's 3rd down and 7 for the Mustangs.
There you go, Marco. Appreciate you.
From their own 32.
Hope you guys can hear the dulcet tenor
of the 4th man in the booth.
Marco Clark. Appreciate you. We're learning. We got some communication going on from the field for McNamara onto the sidelines. They're talking. They're going to put themselves in the right spot. They feel like they got the call they want. 3 wide to their left. 1 Johnny Woodbury wide to the right. Miles Miller to get the ball. Miles looks it up. He sees what he wants, and it's a 1st down.
It does look like a 1st down.
Complete at the 45-yard line.
All right, did you see his eyes?
Yeah.
His eyes went from far left, came to the center of the field, went back right to about his 4th option.
I think he made eye contact with me on that one.
I think
less
he was looking,
than 2 seconds.
I think Gonzaga thought he might throw it to me.
I think I might have seen a wink.
It was a wink. It's good for the McNamara offense, but it's even better for the McNamara defense. Keep this drive going. Gonzaga now pressing. Miles Miller 1st and 10. Low snap.
Miller drops to throw.
And an interception for Gonzaga dropped.
Dropped, yeah.
Tough
Harry
throw.
Sousa.
Didn't come out of the hands as well as some of his other balls for Miles there. It looked like he was forcing it.
He's trying to go to the deep slant.
Yeah, and they had a guy sitting inside of it.
Sousa did a good job of just playing in his lane, playing on that seam right there, and reading the eyes of the quarterback. I thought maybe they were going to go with a fade. I think a fade probably would have been a better.
I'd say that's the second break in the first half.
I was going to say that ball seems to be bouncing in the gold and
2 turnovers, 2 almost turnovers, maroon and gold.
Okay,
maroon and gold.
Okay. Well, it's bouncing in that way.
Yes,
those 2 colors
as
of right now.
Yes. Some motion for Miles. He's going to keep this one. He did not have it.
Hey, Joshua Williams.
Down in the backfield.
He's manning up right now.
He's eating it up in the middle right now.
Hunter Stewart in on the mix.
Yeah.
But, these guys are players. These guys make plays. They've done it all year. But that guy, man, that looks like a young Ken Harvey from here.
Yeah, no, he looks like he knows what he's doing out there. He's not afraid to do it in the middle of the field. He's God, he does. He does stand out. Again, him and Stewart, for that matter, really show.
Joe Wette is no slouch.
No.
This is
Miles Miller, 3rd and long. McNamara looking to extend the drive. He gets it back. He's gonna No. He had a man over the middle. Be interesting to see what he could have done with that ball if he had gotten it. Was that spinner?
That'll bring on the punt team.
Yeah, that was
punt.
you want to get that one back. But, hey, listen, nothing to put your head down about. They've been playing good. Points on that drive would have been unreal for them.
We got about 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. McNamara got their stop. Gonzaga answered. Who's back here? Is that 19?
And Jalen Watson on the sidelines over there. He wants that one back. A tough reception. It was up in the air over his head. Oh, the snap was snagged.
Here comes the ball. We got a fair catch by Dean Ingram.
And he got hit. And, I think he was blocked into him. No penalty flag.
Gonzaga takes over again. 6 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Well, this is going to be crucial for McNamara's defense, though. They got to keep points off the board here. Try to force Gonzaga to punt. They can't afford them to put one more on them.
I mean, at one point, Gonzaga had 8 touchdowns from outside of 40 yards in a row through the air this season. I can't imagine we're not going to see something like that on this drive. I can't. John Marshall has been targeted, double-digit times in multiple games. I don't know if he's been targeted more than once or twice today. I mean, Britt Collins doing a great job, but you're looking at here, and Gonzaga's definitely trying to win the line of scrimmage.
First down and 10 for the Eagles at their own 30-yard line.
Gonzaga picks up the drive. Caleb in shotgun. He's looking to pass. Oh. Moving out to his right. He's got a good throw to Sweeney, who's going to dance on the sidelines.
Sweeney got held, too, on his route.
It was a great-looking throw.
That's how you
pretty
throw
much
the
the only
ball
spot
on the run.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to look like right
Caleb
there.
Williams wanted to go to him the whole time. Sweeney made his break. He got held. The referees didn't see it. He fought through it. Caleb Williams extended the play enough to get him open.
Working the short side of the field. Going to send
Lucas Warfield.
Yeah, good chunk of change. Going to bring up a second down.
The ball carrier brought down by number 24, Jalen Cole.
Second down, about
2 on the
7.
play. It'll be second down and 8.
Here they go. Here's the pace. See if they check out of it. All right, get a little check with me here. I mean, McNamara's not disguising anything. Here we are. But we're playing single deep man free, and let's see what you got.
Yeah, and it really was Caleb's legs that made that play happen in the last. And here comes the ball in the air. He's got it. Sweeney up.
Williams throws.
Great coverage.
Complete.
The defender was there. He turned around at the last second and was able to make a play. It was a good throw, which got to be what Gonzaga's wanting. It's going to bring up a third down, 3rd and long. Hey, guys, it doesn't look like it looks like everything's strong side to the right, no matter what, whether what hash they're on. Is that something that Gonzaga's been doing a lot, or is that just this drive?
Depending on the play was number 30,
they love to spread the field with width. They love to get guys in these situations, put their athletes in space.
Yep.
But, yeah, I have noticed that they've been a little right-handed here. Marvin Spinner on the coverage there. I mean, that looks like a middle linebacker running out there. Nice play on Sam Sweeney.
Caleb's looking to throw. He's got his guy. McNamara's got to get a helmet on it. Got a first down for Gonzaga.
Lucas Warfield catching the ball out of the backfield. I mean,
he motioned out. I think McNamara should have recognized that. That's where they wanted to go. Instead, they got deep and allowed a lot of green for Warfield once he caught the ball.
Warfield's having a game so far. He's got another handoff to him.
Been not afraid to put the ball in between the 3 and the 3 for Mr. Lucas Warfield all day.
We are under 5 minutes to go in the first half. Gonzaga with the lead, 10-7, driving on the Bishop McNamara Mustangs at Tioka Jackson Field.
Ball carried for a short gain by number 33, Lucas Warfield.
We haven't seen a game-changing or any sort of turnover.
No turnovers yet.
Team.
2 almost turnovers.
Turnover here would be huge for the McNamara defense.
All right, we got 2nd and long. Marshall way out wide to the left. Single coverage on an island. You need flags to signal those guys are so far out there. Inside handoff. Looks like they're going to get some yards out of it.
Yeah, Malcolm Terry.
Second and 8.
And you can see the mix-up there. You go from Lucas Warfield and Malcolm Terry. You see what they both bring to the table.
We're going to call it a 3rd and very short.
Or inches.
here come the chains.
We'll take a look at it.
And we'll pause for a measurement.
I think this is where we're supposed to say what we think again, but I'm
Sure.
out. But I'm out. I can't see that far.
That's what we have monitors for.
I'm looking right at the monitor. It's at least 17 inches away from my face. And we got the first down. I do.
Maybe we'll get LASIK as a sponsor and you get LASIK for free.
I like the way you're thinking. 22 years of experience in the game, and I'm glad I'm sitting next to you.
And it looks like a first down for the Eagles.
So they did get the first down.
Gonzaga driving again. Last time they got stalled and they took a bad penalty. This time they are looking a little sharper. Under center for Caleb at this time. Inside handoff. McNamara is on the scene. We got ourselves stopped.
No, they went with a beef. They like to bring in number 23, Jackson Leggins, as a H-back type fullback guy when they're trying to just mash right ahead, let Alec Sangwa, who we saw earlier.
Quinn Osborne.
I feel like I've heard.
Man down.
We got another man down for McNamara.
That's the other thing. I don't think McNamara has near the depth that Gonzaga or other teams in the WCAC have. This is going to be tough for McNamara. They keep getting guys banged up.
They come in today missing some key players. We talk about Kenny Womack hasn't played for a minute. He is certainly a special player for McNamara. Shout out to Coach Veeney, Keith Veeney, head basketball coach for the McNamara Mustangs. Looking forward to hopefully seeing a healthy Kenny McNamara on the basketball court.
He might have something to do with, from what I understand, the not coming back from the injury too fast.
Yep.
But that's a smooth lefty point guard in the WCAC, and Kenny Womack's a name that we'll be talking about all winter as well.
Looking forward to that. Looking forward to hopefully being here to see him play.
We want to remind everybody that today is also
Marco.
Family Fun Day here at Bishop McNamara. So
it's Family Fun Day here, guys.
Family Fun Day, Bishop McNamara High School.
Well, you got defensive end Jalen Cole, a senior, down, and he is in some pain here. I'm not sure what they're working on. Looks like a shoulder, but he's punching the turf, and man, you hate that for a senior.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, guys, I said it on the show weeks ago. The last 4 weeks, 5 weeks of McNamara's season, the last 4 games, I believe, was the toughest schedule of any high school football team in the nation going up against this gauntlet. And, you know, you want these seniors to get through it.
It's only the toughest because DeMatha, Good Counsel, and St. John's can't play themselves. Instead, McNamara has to play all of them.
That's right. Well, thankfully, he's able to get up and make his way to the sidelines because he looks like maybe holding his left arm. Wish him the best. Some of the other guys who've been banged up and have been able to get back on the field.
24 senior Jalen Cole.
All right, Jalen. Gonzaga's offense back on the field for a 2nd and long. Looks like call about 2nd and 10. See if see if Caleb goes back under center, if he's going to look to get back into the passing game, which got him down here.
Malcolm Terry in the
All right,
backfield.
here we go. Caleb in shotgun.
Gonzaga in double tight.
RPO inside handoff.
Malcolm Terry.
And that ball carried by number 2, Malcolm Terry, brought down by the Bishop McNamara defense.
Now, McNamara does a good job of swarming the ball, but the way that these Gonzaga running backs
Gain of 7 on the play.
picking up a couple extra yards, not giving up, not willing to go down. Now it brings up a 3rd and short.
Got some beef on.
Here comes the beef.
Yeah, number 57. We watched
Joshua Williams.
We just watched him play a full defensive set. Now he's in the middle of that offensive line. We got a handoff. It looks like.
Not much doing, though.
No, I think we got a 4th down.
A short gain by number 4.
They went with a jumbo package there, and then
they only got about a yard.
Didn't run behind them though. I thought it was going to be a bootleg there for a second.
I thought he was going to hold it.
Was going to hang on to it.
And we'll take a pause.
They brought Joshua Williams in.
They're going to call it fourth. They're going to measure.
As an extra blocker in the backfield on the right side, and they actually handed it off to the left side.
Another measurement.
Inches.
We got about 2 minutes to go in the first half. It's going to bring up fourth down. I don't think Gonzaga is thinking too hard about this.
They're not taking that jumbo package off the field.
Called for by the defense.
They still got Williams in the game.
Listen, I'm sitting next to two of the biggest fans of the quarterback sneak in the history of football.
Yep.
I might be third.
How could you? You ran 25 of them a game back in the day.
And my CTE starting to kick in, maybe. I'm starting to realize that might have not been my best option.
Shout out to Coach Ricker.
Well, your dad was the coach.
He also gave me a huge noggin to deal with that, so I should be all right.
All right, we got a big play for McNamara defense. Gonzaga's got to feel like they can get an inch with this offensive line, and McNamara's got to feel like they don't have an inch to give.
They can't give an inch.
Everybody is bunched up nice
This
and
just
close
comes down to who
to
wants
each
it
other.
more. McNamara's got
Under
to get
center.
a surge.
We got ourselves a sneak, and I think I just saw just enough of a lean from the referee on the ball. It's going to be a first down.
Eagles.
Clock's running.
I'll tell you, injuries, giving up, the amount of weight given up at the line of scrimmage, you know, this McNamara team is fighting here. I like the way they're playing. This bend but don't break. They're not giving in on anything. They're playing single coverage out wide. I mean, this is all you can expect out of this young D.
All right, Gonzaga looking to punch it in. Caleb under center. Inside handoff.
And number
Standing.
4, Loic Sangwa carries the ball for an Eagles touchdown.
Yeah, that's a big deal for that Gonzaga offense. If that's the point they wanted to prove, then that's the point that they just made. They want to hammer that nail. They want to run that ball between the tackles, don't they?
Yep. And McNamara has had a couple chances. That drive, they got there quick, and Gonzaga didn't shoot himself in the foot with any penalties on this one. You know, I like to see teams and defenses at least give themselves a chance, put themselves in that third and long or even the fourth down situation, and see what you got. In this situation, Gonzaga's offensive line was all they needed. Extra point attempt is up, and it is straight down the middle.
The point after attempt by Kemp is up and good.
Right over that.
So with 1 minute and 44 seconds left in the half, it's the Gonzaga Eagles 17 and our Bishop McNamara Mustangs 7.
As Marco said, 17-7, Gonzaga with the lead. That back, if you guys look all the way at the end of that field down there, there's a walkway that takes you back into the neighborhood where a lot of my classmates would live. Get a long early dismissal, or long study hall. Maybe find ourselves wandering down into District Heights.
Maybe some picnicking.
Maybe some picnicking.
Are you saying that you would ditch school?
The first 2 or 3 houses right up on the side here were families, and we were able to, you know, after school, before practice, it was mostly a place to go before practice.
Returning deep for the Mustangs.
Because you would never
Number 5, Johnny Woodbury, and number 34, Marvin
They would
Spinner.
miss me, T. They would miss me. Can't have class without me.
Didn't miss me.
And here's the kick. Not kicking it
That ball's
away
kicked deep, and
on
it's
this one.
returnable. Received by Spinner, who hits it
Here
up
we
in the
go.
middle. And he's brought down.
And we got
at
a
the 31
flag
line. We do
on
have
the
a flag
play.
on the play.
I'll tell you what, though, this special teams from McNamara has done a great job so far, giving
They
pretty
have.
decent field position to this McNamara offense.
That penalty is against the Mustangs.
McNamara about to be on the wrong side of a penalty situation.
I got to push him back a little bit, huh? Holding. Clock in the back.
Gonzaga's got 2 timeouts left. This is a dangerous time for the McNamara offense. Deep inside their own territory. Who kicked off here? Who's getting the ball at halftime?
That's a great question. It only happened.
You were in charge of kicking. I thought we determined this.
I want to say McNamara kicked off. And
Gonzaga came down and kicked the field goal at the beginning of the game.
Gonzaga led the day.
Yeah.
McNamara could figure out a way to get any
This
points
is only our
here
first
and get
time out of the
ball back in
basement.
second half.
We're testing a lot of systems here. Miles Miller, 1st and 10. Gets a snap.
And Miller's throw into the flats
unable to
is
connect
incomplete.
on the flat.
Yeah, incomplete pass is not what they're looking for.
No,
right
you want
here.
to keep that clock running. And you know what?
That
It was a long
zone
handoff.
read. That was a zone read and RPO.
Yes, it was. It's exactly what it was. Almost like an option with a forward pass.
Yep.
Forward pass. No one says that anymore.
What are you calling? Are we calling a game now in 1948? Hey, there's this thing called the forward pass. 2nd and long. Miles Miller in shotgun. 3 wide for McNamara. He's looking to throw. The ball's in the air. He's got a guy who just pulled him inside.
That'll bring up 3rd down.
We again have a clock stop.
I think that was
for the
one of those
McNamara
situations.
offense.
Miles Miller is trying to throw his wide receiver to the open spot instead of where the wide receiver wanted to settle.
Yeah, they're trying to get the ball in number 11, Jalen Watson's hands, and they haven't been on the same page here on a few of these last play calls. A crucial 3rd down right here. If McNamara can get these yards and keep the clock running, get the ball at halftime.
Miles Miller looking to throw. Ball's out of his hands quickly. Intended for what looks to be Johnny Woodbury. Incomplete. A very fast drive.
Even if that was completed, that wasn't going to get the job done there.
I mean, we might have taken 12 or 13 seconds off the clock there on that drive. Probably
we want to remind you
don't want to give Gonzaga offense that kind of time.
And not a lot of rest for the weary on defense after that big long drive. It was a very physical drive, that last drive that Gonzaga put on McNamara.
Be sure to buy your 50-50 tickets.
All right, here's the punt. Dean Ingram is going to get it, and he's going to get out of bounds.
And that punt kicked down
Trying
to the 50.
flip the field a little bit. We got a late flag, by the way,
Flag on the play.
from the far side.
A minute
McNamara
18
is telling
to
us
go.
it's on Gonzaga. We shall see.
Minute 18. That's an eternity for an offense like Gonzaga that can
Oh yeah.
have a big play ability. And McNamara's defense has got to keep Gonzaga off the scoreboard here going into halftime to give themselves a chance coming out with the ball, try and get back into this game. But a score here would certainly be a huge blow to this McNamara.
We've got a personal
foul on
against the
Gonzaga.
Eagles to bring it back additional 15 yards.
Very interested to see what defensive coordinator Steve Scott goes with here, fellas. They've been playing this man-up defense. They've been going, putting guys on an island. I don't know if you get away with that one right here with a minute to go.
Again, we remind you to support the concession stand.
Then again, you got to
And be
respect
sure to
doing
get
what
your
you do
50-50 tickets.
and what's gotten you, what's
While
kept you
it's
in
no
this
Mega
game.
Millions, $1 billion
And they haven't given up the big
prize
one.
award. It all does go to a good cause.
Marshall and Sweeney out wide as the
And for those of you
referee.
buying Mega Millions tickets, be sure to tithe 10% back to your favorite charity.
Bishop McNamara Mustangs is what I'm sure Marco Clark wants to finish that sentence with.
Well, I got mine in Forestville.
We
You
got a
try and get it outside
conversation.
of where you're from. It never works. It
Is
never
that
works
Coach
in Montgomery
Trivers,
County.
Kev? Talking to the head umpire?
Coach Trivers is, he's out there inside the numbers.
Yeah, he is.
Giving them the
And he
business.
is giving the business.
He's not happy.
Hey, that's a feisty tailback from Sherwood High School. He's not messing around. He's upset about something here. But, you know, when you go 43-14 at Gonzaga, you know, you're allowed to do that every now and then.
Caleb in shotgun, checking back with the offensive play calling staff. Gonzaga with 4 wide receivers on the field. Malcolm Terry in the backfield. It's going to be a throw.
Williams
Got lots of time, and he finds his man.
I really love the way he throws that ball.
Yeah.
That's such a weapon. That little back shoulder. I mean, that was on a rope, wasn't it?
It sure
Yeah,
was.
you also got to give a lot of credit to the Gonzaga offensive line for giving that time there.
No doubt.
He's got room to step and throw and a little bit of time to scan from left to right.
we've got a flag on the play.
Gonna go haul offsides on McNamara.
I love
You
it.
can't help him out.
Help this drive out a little bit. We're still on the wrong side of a minute if you're the McNamara defense. Okay, clock's running. 3 wide. Terry still in the backfield with Caleb in shotgun. Terry motioning out. Caleb wants to throw, and he's got his guy.
Outstanding coverage. Outstanding.
Yeah, at the high school level, you do not need to turn and play the ball.
That's right.
Did a good job of just staying up right in that drill.
It's so hard to call
receiver.
that, T, because you're right. Some of the rules, you got to remember what rules are different. You're watching Red Zone all day on Sunday, you're going to get desensitized to some things. The times when the McNamara defender has been able to stay on the grill of the Gonzaga wide receiver, you might see that flag come out on Sundays,
Hey,
not on Saturday.
I'll tell you one thing: Roderick Chapman was exactly where he was supposed to be
was.
right there. That's a clinic on D right there.
53 seconds to go.
Williams throws to the flag.
Wow. I mean,
The way he changed his motion
So
there.
McNamara player down again on the tackler.
a touchdown-saving tackle, perhaps.
And he's going to stop that clock.
T, he just dropped down. It was like Max Scherzer dropping
That'll
down
be
on
another first down.
a two-strike count.
It was. He slung it out. It was almost submarine style.
And it was right where it was supposed to be. It's going to be a handful of college offenses that he will thrive in with his skill set.
McNamara training staff is getting a workout in the first half.
That's a fact.
They are out again. We'll let you know who's down when we see who it
Looks
is.
like it might be another shoulder.
It was the tackler, so I don't know if he got hung up on the turf on part of the tackle, but he did make the tackle, and he stayed down.
It was a full extension. It looked like he might have a little shoulder situation there.
Gonzaga moving the ball. More than enough time, really, for their offense to work at this point. I think you're still talking about 45 and a half seconds to go in the first half. They got to be thinking about getting points out of this. 17-7 lead. McNamara with the ball first in the first half. Gonzaga wants points. What does McNamara got to do? I mean, you're playing the pass at this point in time, right? So you're going to just have to sit back and hope that Caleb's not going to miss many
Well, they're not
receivers.
afraid to go man-to-man. They've been man-to-man the entire game.
Yep.
It's up front where McNamara's got to step up their game, and right now they're just overmatched. Gonzaga's just too big, too strong up front for McNamara to make any kind of disruption in the run game or in the backfield. Getting Caleb Williams' face. He has had no pressures. He has had no hurries. He has not been sacked. That's where McNamara's got to step up their game, and really it's tough. It's not necessarily schematic.
Here they
Right
come
now
out.
they're just undermanned. They're a little bit too small up front.
Marshall out wide right, Sweeney in the slot on the left. Terry in the backfield with Caleb as he's in shotgun. Gonzaga back to work.
Empty backfield.
Caleb in the fast. The pass rush is going to get there, but they are not going to get him. Caleb on the move.
He's got
He's going to
wheels.
get out of bounds, and he makes a play.
Hey, nice play by Caleb Williams, but
Yes.
you got to have that tackle right there.
Right when we say that you got to bring it from the middle, they almost get him in the backfield, but he shows his athleticism. He's able to get out of the grasp of at least one, maybe two of the McNamara defenders, and then he picks up a huge first down.
Yeah, with 2 timeouts left, runner passer
And
both
gets out
in
of
play
bounds.
right here. Malcolm Terry in the backfield. Got to check with me.
They got to feel like they can probably run the ball at least once here.
No doubt. They've
Pretty
been
much do
working
whatever
that.
they want from a play call standpoint. Caleb back to throw. He's got it what he wants. He sees Marshall. Marshall's going to make a move. And he's going to get into the end zone for a Gonzaga touchdown. 27 seconds to go in the first half. Gonzaga does get the points.
Yeah, minute 18 was too much. It was too much for this Gonzaga offense. Doing a great job of spreading the ball around, picking up big plays. Caleb Williams with the huge run when he was almost sacked.
Yeah, Williams to Marshall was a matter of time. I don't know what they set up there, but he looked like he pump faked and then came back to him. I think he might have freed up something there.
And again, that's the protection that Caleb Williams has been getting all day.
Certainly has. Ken Marangolo's offering himself a little more protection now. Getting a little chilly out here for you, bud?
Yeah, you know, just getting ready for the second half.
It's a beautiful day. It's much better than it was expected to be.
Gonzaga does get the extra point, 24-7. Gonzaga over McNamara in the first half from lovely Tioga Jackson Field. McNamara with 27 seconds with which to work in the first half, and then they will have whatever they want to start off in the third quarter, but they got to try to get something here in 27 seconds. What do you go with?
Well, speaking of whatever you want,
Look
sorry,
out for this
I
return team.
I was thinking about what we're going to get from the concession stand.
Yeah,
you know
I'm
the
ready.
local.
Look
the
out for this
local stuff around
return
here.
team for McNamara, though. I think the only way they're going to get points on the board is they can bring this back.
And with
I got to
27
assume that
seconds
Gonzaga's
left in
going to
the
do
half,
somewhat of a
Gonzaga
split.
Eagles 24.
Yeah, Marvin Spinner has had
Not
a
giving
few.
them the opportunity. Spinner's been
7.
close to breaking a couple.
He has. And he hits it right up the field. He's a big physical kid with some speed.
Special teams can always be a great equalizer to a team that's not expected to win. They've got the athletes to get it done. Let's see if they can get any kind of a return here. If
right.
not, maybe you just take a knee, be satisfied with the fact you're getting the ball coming out at halftime.
All right, I'm thinking foot-long hot dogs, some Doritos, and a Coke. You know, in case you guys were curious.
I'm a cheeseburger, mayonnaise, and
I'm getting a
ketchup.
waft of maybe crab cakes over there.
There's a fish fry happening, brother.
Something smells delicious.
But the chip game is going to be strong no matter what. And the kick is off. And they're going to find Johnny Woodbury, I believe, back there.
And
The kick is on the ground, and now he's down again. And the knee is
Down at the 6-yard line.
Johnny
As
Woodbury.
Coach McGregor used to always tell me, you can't slip.
You can't slip.
You're not allowed, I was told. Yeah, that was.
I slipped. You can't slip.
Yeah, knock it off, Strachan.
It wasn't just me.
Now, what are you guys doing here with
I
22 seconds to go?
I don't think you want to take any risks. I think what you're probably going to do is just take a knee and be
Kneel on it
satisfied.
and get out.
You're
no
getting the
doubt.
ball
Does
back.
Gonzaga use their 2 timeouts?
You're getting the ball back. You're not going to be able to. I think if you take a risk here and something happens, you're going to be hating yourself going into halftime.
Looks like they're all bunched up.
Yeah,
Looks like they're gonna
It's a smart thing to do.
take this into the half.
And no timeouts.
No timeout. It looked like they were thinking about it, though, on the Gonzaga sideline.
And that's the end
First
of the
half is in the books.
Again, the Eagles
Good job, guys.
24,
Hot dog.
Mustangs 7.
We'll catch you back in the third quarter. Until then, we got a Gonzaga lead at half. Gonzaga 24, McNamara Mustangs 7. See you guys in the third quarter. We are back for the second half. The third quarter kicks off with a kickoff of the Gonzaga Purple Eagles. McNamara on the receiving end,
Kickoff.
but on the losing end of a 24-7
Keeper
contest.
Mustangs is number 34, Marvin Spinner.
Looking to get
And
something
number 5,
started.
Johnny Woodbury.
In the second half, Johnny Woodbury,
Marvin Spinner.
back for the maroon and gold.
See if they get a little bit of field position they did right before the half.
Second half is underway. Ball in the
Woodbury.
air. Johnny Woodbury looking to do a better job of
And the
receiving.
kick is
There he
deep
goes.
Into the end zone.
Yeah,
Touchback.
The Mustangs will begin first down and 10.
I got a weird
on their
flag
own
on the side of the
20-yard
field.
line.
What is that?
There's a pink flag thrown
I got a
from
pink
the
flag.
sidelines. I'm trying to figure out what the heck just happened.
To me, it looks like it's an offsides position for the kicking team, but
Are they using pink flags for Breast Awareness Month?
that's the first time I've seen a
Me too.
non-yellow flag, and I wasn't sure if someone was challenging something. I got a lot of things I want to challenge right now.
I'd challenge the ability to challenge at the high school level. I don't think that's a. I don't think
It
that's
was a
thing.
bold. I wouldn't put it past Coach Travers, though. He would dug deep for that flag on that one. I don't know that we've got any clarity yet.
Is this a pine tar situation? What's happening here?
Were we using the right ball? This ball,
Whatever it is,
McNamara
it's
is
against
marching
McNamara.
back. Was not, in fact, not an offsides penalty on the kicking
It's a
team.
pink flag. Pretty cool.
Of course,
October being
Yeah.
Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
there's a lot of pink in the stands.
Looks like during the kickoff there was a penalty against the Mustangs. They'll begin on their own 10-yard line.
McNamara starts from the 10. Got 90 yards to go for pay dirt against a Gonzaga defense that looked
They
pretty
need it.
good in the
They
first
need
half.
some pay on this drive.
Handoff. And, I want
the
to
ball
say
carried up on the
a
inside
little more
by Elijah
success
Williams.
than some of the handoffs we saw in the first
Gain of
half.
3 on the play.
Not saying a ton. It's going to be second and long. Maybe they got 2.5, 3 yards there.
7 for the Mustangs.
Still got to keep that defense honest, though. You got to run the ball up the middle every once in a while. Keep them.
Yeah, Miles Miller's going to try and grab some of that first quarter magic that he had here in the third quarter and lead the team down. He's got looks like a mile to get to us here.
Ball's in the air quickly, and we got
Miller's pass on the
Can't run with it. Can't run without the ball, buddy. Got to catch it first.
Intended for number 4, Charles Proctor.
All right, Charles.
Yeah, I got to tell you guys.
Charles saw those guys out in front, wanted to make something happen.
We just had a little visit from some McNamara football royalty at halftime.
Oh, yeah.
Asim Penny and Paul Jackson, two of the better quality individuals and outstanding players.
Asim Penny on the 91 championship team, right? For McNamara.
Asim Penny, it was 90.
90.
He put the Cadillac in Cadillac left.
Yes,
right.
he did, Kevin Ricka.
I mentioned that to Coach McNamara, Coach Mac.
Miles on the move. He wants to throw. He's going to put his head down and get some yardage there.
Great shot by Luke of his eyes right there on this monitor. As he was running the ball forward to try and gain some yards, his eyes were scanning the secondary. Great job having a heads-up awareness there.
McNamara's going to have to punt this ball.
Not the way they want to start.
That was not the way they wanted to start.
Quick drive. Dean Ingram back, standing at midfield, awaiting the Mustang punt.
Still no turnovers in this game. You got to imagine there's going to be, it's just a matter of odds. There's going to be a turnover at some point.
On behalf of First Amendment Sports, once again, I'm Ken Marangolo. He's Kevin Ricka. He's Tim Strachan. Punt is in the air. Dean Ingram is moving up with a fair catch signal to get the ball there. Going to have some good field position on this drive.
And let me just clarify when I say Cadillac and Cadillac left, there's a famous play in WCAC history, 1990. The game was at St. John's. McNamara upset DeMatha, which allowed them to go ahead and win the WMAC title.
Metro.
That day in 1990, the three of us who are here today were on the hill at St. John's.
That's right.
As 14-year-old freshmen.
At the Hall of Fame dinner, I got a chance to talk to Coach Mack, and I brought up Cadillac left. He couldn't believe it. He was like, oh, I haven't heard that play in years.
Junior Bynum to Asim Penny to Andre Martin.
Andre Martin. Yeah, I had the last name wrong. I apologize,
Paul Jackson,
Andre.
we talked about him earlier, just a great ambassador of this school. Great ambassador for the Terps as well. All-around great guy.
Looks like
Quinn
number
Osborne
76.
Quinn Osborne is a beast.
And the tackle made on the play
He's all over the field. He's a very good football player. It seems like he's involved in every tackle. I haven't said his name enough. At halftime, I was thinking about him and how hard he plays. What a stud.
Second and long. Gonzaga's offense working with good field position on this first drive of the second half. Caleb under center. Looks like they're going to. We got a fake handoff. He's putting the ball in the air, and he's got what looks to be a catch.
And Williams stops to throw.
John Marshall dragged his toe. Nice catch.
Yeah, it sure was. It sure was.
That was an offensive football clinic right there.
That's what you used to do as kids. Remember, you try to throw that sideline pass where you drag the foot.
We got a good look
John
at that
Marshall
one.
Kids.
Executed that perfectly.
We were doing it pregame, Ken and I out here.
Yeah, I'm not so good at it anymore.
First down, Gonzaga driving. No need to challenge on that one. We had a perfect view. It was a great catch.
Great throw on the run. That's just textbook.
Quick
We
pick.
got a pitch out.
Good pursuit, but not after he picked up some yardage.
Yeah, the Gonzaga O-line is starting to make their presence felt here. And
Where's on you?
And Malcolm Terry is certainly
And
benefiting.
that tackle made by number 22,
Getting through the
AJ
hole
Hayes.
properly. Yeah, there's
Mustang defense on their heels.
Gain of 9 on the play. It'll
Second
be
and
down
short.
1 for the Eagles.
Caleb under center.
all right.
I think we got. I mean, I'm tempted to say he got it there, but it's
Yeah, they
close.
got
It's first down.
Yeah, good physical play by
Just
Anthony Haith
methodically
in there.
moving it down the field.
A short gain on the play, but enough for a first down.
And Javon Fauntleroy to finish it off, but first down here. Can they get the first down? There's the first and goal.
It's first. It's the first
we
and
go.
10. Looks like they can get a first down somewhere around the 5, and Caleb back at under center. We got a pitch out. A nice little stop there.
Guess who?
Quinn? Was it at Quinn?
Guess who on the tackle? Yeah, a little
That's
toss
a tackle
right.
for a loss by number
He's just
35,
everywhere,
Quinn
man.
Osborne.
He gets
He's a
to
good-looking
the ball
athlete,
fast.
man.
Absolutely.
He's so long but big and thick at the same time.
And he, you know what? If he gets his hands on you, it looks like he's bringing
Just
you
a
down.
junior. He's got to have colleges just salivate and know the fact of what he looks like in a football uniform.
Good part about playing for McNamara, we mentioned it earlier, he's going to get to play against some top competition. College is going to like the polish that comes off some players in this league.
That's a part of playing in this league. Whether you're McNamara and you're generally at the bottom,
We got a fade. There's the flag came out. Yeah, he was held. We got pass interference.
Yellow flags, pink flags.
From Williams is incomplete.
I saw some hankies.
Yeah, there's a veteran maneuver. He knew he was beat. He knew it was 6.
I don't know if it was catchable.
Take the yards.
That ball, T, that's a good question. I didn't get a sense of the depth. I mean, Marshall was running.
He's going to get called for the pull. He grabbed
of
him.
course.
If he got his head around and saw that the ball was going to be uncatchable, he could have let it, taken his hands off.
Yeah, that's a lot to ask.
A lot of respects, though, in high school, sometimes you want to take the penalty. You don't want to give up the touchdown. Sometimes it's a smart play. They all go ahead and take the penalty.
It looks like a hold on
especially down there. It's going to be half the distance. And in high school football, it is not a yardage penalty. It is a 15-yard penalty maximum. So you definitely teach that when you're outside of the red zone.
Gonzaga driving, second down and short. Oh, it says second down on the thing. There's
nice offense there.
We're going to have
and the pass
just short.
Is complete and out of bounds.
Looks like it's going to be first and goal for Gonzaga.
The catch radius of a Justin Ball.
I mean, that kid is huge,
just Mr. Fantastic, man. He's just got that length.
As a former quarterback, having a guy with that big of a range.
Brian McCarthy-esque for UT?
Very much so.
But at the tight end position, Charles Woolridge wasn't half bad.
No, I had a lot
O-line coach at St. Mary's Riken happened to be your battery mate.
By the way, Charles Woolridge did text me the other day. He thought the Hawaii of the WCAC was a pretty funny comment, by the way.
Oh, well, thank you, Charles. We got a touchdown.
Lucas Warfield. I believe that's his second of the day.
The action on the field leads to another score for the purple and white. McNamara now facing an extra point that would make it a 31-7 game.
Speaking of the other division guys, Paul VI and St. Mary's Riken have a big game next week.
Yeah, they do.
Paul VI, not luckily, they eked out a 30-24 W over Carroll last night.
Carroll, yeah.
That was I did not think
Good
that score was
Carroll.
going to be. Obviously not. Luckily, I meant they eked one out. We didn't think would be that close. Good showing by Carroll, like you said, T.
And the point out.
Point's good.
It seems to be pointing towards Paul VI and St. Mary's Riken for the metro side of the division.
Third quarter, it's the Gonzaga Eagles 31 and our Bishop McNamara Mustangs 7.
All right. Coming out of the gate, facing a huge deficit. What's your play call here? What do you guys want to see from the McNamara Mustangs on this drive?
I think you got to stick with what got you here, what you do well. You just want to execute a little bit better on that last series. A little drop pass on the screen game. Miles Miller's had a good day getting rid of the ball. They need to get guys open in spots and get their little 6 to 7 yards. You don't just sit here and chuck it down the field, and that's when it goes south.
They haven't taken any shots deep, though, either.
No.
I got to imagine at some point they're going to take their shot down the field.
Well, with this off coverage that Gonzaga's been playing, and you got Dean Engram at the free safety. The guy covers a lot of ground. I think you have to at this point. I think the risk is the reward is greater than the risk when you're down 3 touchdowns here. But old number 6 heading to Wisconsin. I think he's going to play cornerback in the Big Ten, and right now they're using him to go sideline to sideline, and he's quite a playmaker.
Gonzaga getting ready to send, kick deep. Johnny Woodbury, Marvin Spinner back from McNamara Mustangs. All 11 in pink socks.
Spinner and Woodbury are set deep to receive.
Here comes the kick. We got ourselves an onside kick, recovered by McNamara Mustangs.
Gonzaga trying to rub a little salt in the wound there. Going for an onside kick up 3 touchdowns.
Very interesting call. Hey, listen, though, when you're heading into playoff football, and this is the situation at the end of the season, you got to work on some of
A
these
great
things that you
play
think you might
made by
need.
number
These bags of
22,
tricks,
A.J.
you
Hayes.
can't
The
just leave them on the
Mustangs
practice
begin
field.
first down
Sometimes,
10
you
on
look
their
at that
own
from this
48-yard
perspective
line.
as a fan. I know that when I played in college football, we faked a punt on occasion against teams that weren't too happy. We wanted to have it on tape for them to see, and I think Gonzaga just did something that they want the rest of the league to take note of and maybe work on something they're going to have to use here in the next few weeks. Hey, it still is early in the third quarter, gentlemen, so, we are a Catholic league, but there's no forgiveness until late fourth.
And Gonzaga, no one knows better than Gonzaga over the last couple of weeks. The pain of close losses. That ball looked loose.
Yeah.
Ball came loose in the pile.
Looks like purple and white came up with it.
I would love to say that I thought he was down, Kevin Rickett. We have a pretty good view of it, but the ball was
Tackle made at the line
the
of scrimmage.
bouncing,
The ball is down. It'll be
bobbly-
second down for the Mustangs.
They're gonna keep.
I
the
would
ball
love to
here.
agree with you, Ken, but I think I saw some. Here we go. They got a point one way or the other. Ken Marigola with the right call. I'm 0 on the day.
I thought
that
his
ball
knee was
out,
down.
man.
Oh, it was moving around, but I mean,
Yeah.
I thought he was down
Yeah.
by the time it got jogged loose. I don't think he was carrying it as close to his body as he probably should have near the end there. We're going to see a better angle of that on the replay. Miles Miller back. He's got 3 wide receivers. And the ball is away. Woodbury with the catch, and he's
And
getting
that
a
ball
little
is complete in the
attention
back.
on the sidelines over there.
Nice job fighting the high snap, getting set, and putting the ball on the money
Gain
there
of 2
by
on the
Miller.
play.
Not a ton of juice from that squeeze. We still got 3rd and long.
And that brings up 3rd down and 8 for the Mustangs.
But you got to feel good about getting the completion. T, at some point, I'm waiting for them to come back to that screen.
Yeah, this would be a perfect spot for that screen or just taking a shot down the field. Got to know where the sticks are.
Miles Miller waiting a 3rd down snap. Ball's
There's
in
your
the air.
shot.
We got ourselves a reception
And that
and a
pass is
1st
complete.
down. McNamara.
From Miller to
Nice little
Wilkins.
isolation there.
Irv Wilkins getting back in the
Complete at
mix.
the
He had a great
40-yard
first
line
quarter.
in Eagle
Had a handful of
territory,
catches.
and
Got
that'll
to
be
get
a
him
first
going.
down,
A
Mustangs.
two-way player, too. Playing well on defense as well. But he did a good
driving.
job. They knew where the sticks were. He knew where he needed to get. Miles Miller, delivered a great ball. They got the matchup they wanted.
Miles Miller looking at the rush. Inside handoff. Got a little bit.
And that's Elijah Williams.
Elijah
who
Williams
breaks
on the
through
move.
up the middle.
He's going to get himself a 1st down.
That's running hard.
He
That's
goes
running
all
angry.
the way down
right
to
there.
the
That's running angry.
25-yard line.
That's by far McNamara's best running play of the day. And they're feeling pretty good about themselves as a result
that's
as
a
they get
first down,
right back to the line of
Mustangs.
See what
scrimmage.
that does. Now they got a little bounce on their step. Two good plays back to
Cameron
back.
Sykes is feeling it.
Miles Miller's holding the ball.
There it
He's got the last minute
there
throw
it is,
out.
T.
Yep.
Oh, here comes Bishop McNamara
The
right at us.
Zone RPO to the left side.
We're going to have a flag on the play.
Backwards.
What'd you see?
Looked like a lateral to number 11, Jalen Watson.
It looks like it's going to go against McNamara, is what
what
a
a
McNamara
well-designed
player
play,
just
though.
said.
Well, I think Marco just tried to influence the officials
Yeah,
from
he
the
did.
announcing booth. Looked like a lateral.
He may have been over the line.
Well, but it looked like it was a backwards throw.
I think that's what Kevin's trying to say. Marco was.
Yeah.
Marco just announced.
Trying to
Looks like a
convince him.
lateral from the.
The flag came from that side of the field. You would either say holding or some kind of foul on the throw itself. The wide receiver was able to get forward, and of course he went out of bounds around the 5.
And
Well, you're seeing that play a lot in college right now as well.
Waved it off.
They're waving it off.
Was the
You're
number
seeing that
11,
kind of, it's
Jalen
almost
Watson.
impossible to stop
And
because
that
you got a
looks
zone
like
read up front
a first down,
where he's either going to give it to the running back or he's going to
Mustangs.
keep it. And then if he keeps it, he has the other option of then pitching it out to the wide receiver. Well executed play.
McNamara Mustangs operating within
It
15
looks great
yards
when done right.
Correct.
of our booth here. Miles Miller in
That's through
shotgun.
most plays.
Full house formation. Ball's out. And the tackle is made immediately
That closing
by
speed
Dean.
by Ingram was
Ingram.
unbelievable.
Yeah,
Pass
he was on
complete and
it.
tackled in
No
the
doubt
backfield.
about that.
McNamara loses yards on that play. They're going to be 2nd down in the red zone, second and goal.
Loss of 3 on the play.
We're working our way through this third quarter, more than halfway through, about 4.5 minutes to go. McNamara trying to answer Gonzaga's opening half of scoring. Ball's in the air. We got ourselves.
Oh, flag. I don't know. He got there a little early.
I thought it was early too, but it was bang, bang.
He's looking for it. He's wondering why there isn't a flag on the ground.
Could have gone either way, and you could have taken a pigskin to the noggin there, Strachan.
That ball was coming right at us.
I knew what was going on.
Intended for number 8, Herb Wilkins, incomplete.
That was a very physically contested pass. As the lone Mustang here, I don't have a problem.
Looked like Matt Seals giving that referee a little bit of the business right there on the sidelines right there.
And he looks great doing it.
I would have loved, don't want to be bailed out by the refs. I don't have a problem with that no call. I thought it was pretty bang bang. But I appreciate you guys saying they were early. Miles Miller, third down.
How is that not motion? All right.
On his right, he's going to run. The ball is loose. Gonzaga has picked up a fumble. Looked like Miles kind of laid it on the ground there as he was going down.
No, that's what happens when you're trying to make a play. Right now, McNamara's playing a little bit desperate, want to try to make big plays on every play. When you're selling yourself out like that, sometimes those are things going to happen to you.
Yeah, he had the ball out in his hand, not tucked away, but like you said, it was a runner pass choice right there, and that was just a little bad luck also. That ball stayed in bounds for him and fell right out right where it shouldn't have.
McNamara has been flirting with turnovers all day long. Gonzaga had a couple near misses, near turnovers in the first half. You kind of had a feeling at one point the ball wasn't going to spiral Maroon and Gold's way, and then on that one, Miles laid it down, and the Gonzaga player was right there to pick it up.
Gonzaga coming out in a double tight with the fullback, double tight eye. We've seen it a couple times today.
I think we know what they're about to do here. Oh, he's looking at Johnny Marshall. This ball is going deep in the air. Now
Hey guys, I'm going to say what a good football play all around the board.
Yes. But everyone was where they were supposed to be. The defender, the wide receiver, the quarterback, the ball, and everyone was playing it tight. There was some hand checking going on both ways. Good no call by the referee, Johnny Marshall, taking the next down off. I love seeing the deep ball in a high school game.
65, 70 yards.
The ball sailed.
That thing was like shot out of a cannon.
Not underthrown.
It was like a jugs machine doing punts.
Caleb was not going to be cheated on this field today, that's for sure. He slung it, he had time, and it was a good-looking throw.
It's that matchup we talked about, John Marshall and Time Collins out there, one-on-one, and great coverage, a good route, a great ball. Let's run it back again here.
Caleb under center, second and long. Again, he keeps it. He's looking to put the ball in the air. He's going.
And Williams,
how strong he is.
I was going to say he's going deep. Then I was going to say he's going down, and he wasn't doing either. Now there's a late flag on the play.
That's getting chippy. Here we go.
Real chippy. And
another play by Quinn Osborne. I mean, he seems to be just with the ball at all times.
Aaron Turner thought he was wide open. He stayed downfield, made sure people knew.
The last thing a wide receiver should do is go back to a quarterback and say, I was wide open.
Yeah.
When you got guys like Quinn bearing down on you at full speed.
I want to know, the flag came flying. What do we got here? Are they giving a half the distance for Gonzaga? Because that's what it looks like to me.
Sack plus, yeah.
Well, once again, just protecting the quarterback and
post. That's a sack in the backfield by the Mustang
post
defense.
Whistle.
And as well, an unsportsmanlike penalty against the Eagles.
I want to say that's the third.
Second.
The third personal foul against Gonzaga, I believe.
I have two.
Two? Okay.
Are you saying that they're
misbehaving? Two that hurt them.
Well, they got the one that took him out of range and made him punt it early on. The one that Coach Trivers was extremely upset about, and then this one. Caleb in the end zone to take a shotgun snap on 3rd and long.
I'm impressed with how Caleb was able to stay in there, take a hit.
Oh, yeah.
Have Quinn just flip over him, keep his feet.
Yeah, it was almost like a Manziel escape there. I was waiting for him to pop out somewhere.
Gonzaga not looking. McNamara with the chance. Put the ball out.
And
Oh, no.
That's close.
That was just...
It was a close spinner, put a hit on the end that was on the edge of the whistle, the echo of the whistle, as we used to say.
He went for it for a second, didn't he?
Yes, he did. I thought
the
wide receiver,
judge right here,
the referee definitely thought about it. Gonzaga will be punting from deep in their own end zone. McNamara
may bring the pressure here.
It looks like you're right, T.
Punt block.
But they are looking to field this ball well inside Gonzaga territory. This is where the punter has to be careful not to step out of bounds, and he does it.
Safety.
And he is the ball is away. That ball is bouncing out. We might get a good bounce. And here he comes. We got one huge block. McNamara is going to set up nicely inside the 30. Down 31-7. They got their stop. Small victories for the McNamara Mustangs.
Well, I'll say this, though. McNamara has made no bones about the fact they're going to go man-to-man straight up on the wide receivers for Gonzaga. Gonzaga comes out, has 2 play-action, down-the-field passes, and the athletes for McNamara showed up.
Yeah.
They did a great job there, pinning them back.
And interesting,
they've got the athletes.
Gonzaga came out up 31-7 with a lot of field in front of them and with, some clock to grind up. And they put the ball in Caleb's hands to throw, and it didn't go their way that time. But with your point, McNamara is maybe Gonzaga's seeing what McNamara is doing and saying, hey, you know what? We like that. We're happy to test it out. They threw some long balls there.
Well, as a quarterback and a wide receiver, you're salivating at one-on-one opportunities. Like
Miles Miller down.
Man, I'll
Josh.
tell you, this number 57, man. Josh has been making play after play.
And Miles Miller
That's a tough loss. That's going to take you out of scoring range.
He's got some size 15s right there, fellas.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
Only a sophomore.
Playing 2 ways when they need it most.
Second down and long.
He was all in that backfield, and he got there quick. Second and long. Miles in shotgun. 3 wide. Snaps away. Miles is going to keep it.
Miller keeps it.
There's Aaron Davis, son of Willie,
back to the line of scrimmage.
who I cannot believe is wearing Gonzaga purple today.
Well, you know, I think you got to go family first in this situation. I think I can understand that.
It just really hurt.
If he was playing DeMatha,
it's not going to make any sense to you right now.
He can't wear purple if he's in Hyattsville. I'm willing to bet he wouldn't do that.
I'm willing to bet you don't want to have this conversation with Mrs. Davis.
Great play by his young son, though, there, Aaron.
Gonzaga gets their defensive personnel on late, and the pass is away.
The ball's complete to Irv Wilkins, and he gets down.
Irv Wilkins has been making plays consistently when the ball's come his way.
On 3rd and long, McNamara converts. They are now 1st and goal on a great-looking catch and run. Gonzaga was substituting at the end of the previous play. Did not get themselves set before that play started, and it showed. Timeout on the field.
And there's a timeout taken
Gonzaga.
on the play by the Gonzaga Eagles.
I think they have.
And
That's a whole new defense.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of new guys.
There's a car parked, a blue Toyota Avalon that is parked in the Mount Calvary parking lot and needs to be moved. It's a Toyota Avalon blue, Maryland tags 54225 CE 54225 CE.
Ken, I think that's your car. You gotta go move your car.
Which is not a good thing on Saturday evening mass. So let's be sure to move the car, please.
You gotta love it. The WCAC, we're out here and someone parked in front of the church entrance.
Come on.
Right here next to Mount Calvary. Come on.
I'm going to assume that's a Gonzaga.
I will pray for that individual.
Pray for that person. There's a big G on the back of that car. It does look like Gonzaga has a lot, some new personnel on that field. They weren't settled when McNamara converted them that 3rd and long. Looks like maybe they're just outside the 10, so I think they can, in fact, get another first down before this drive. Maybe they can get a first down inside the 1.
Like they're about 1st and 10 from the 12.
All right, we got
the guys back in here now.
Secondary, 29
Josh,
and 32.
Stewart.
Yeah.
Irv Collins on the wide left. There, and here it comes. And he makes a great catch
That is-
and a move.
That is,
And he's going to get a gain. He's at the 5-yard line, call it the 6 on a quick hitter. We saw that happening before the play started.
Irv picked that off his shoestrings, didn't he?
He sure
Yes, he
did.
did.
Saw a nice little ray of sunshine
He's
underneath
stepping
the
up,
ball.
man. He's one of the few of these McNamara wide
That ball
receivers.
complete.
He's now out wide right.
Not someone we've talked about a whole lot coming in, but
No.
he's really stepped it up today.
He sure has. McNamara's got 4 wide.
A little fade here in the corner, maybe.
They got single on Irv, far right. Johnny Woodbury, short side, left. Irv Collins couldn't fight off the defender. He got caught in some traffic there at the line of scrimmage. Good job by Gonzaga's cornerback on that play to make sure that the timing between the receiver and the quarterback was messed up.
I'd like to see a 3-by-1 with Woodbury one-on-one with a cornerback. Go with a fade. He looks like he's got the length to be able to go up and get it.
Yeah, he got caught in the wash there. Smart thing, throwing it away. You don't want to pull it down, especially when you're in a one-back, no-back situation, trying to get rid of it when you got big 57 bearing down on you.
It's 3rd down. We got a whistle on the field.
By the Mustangs.
McNamara Mustangs burn a timeout. Think about this 3rd down play call. You got to believe it's 2-down territory for these Mustangs to get into the end zone. And as the 3rd quarter is almost complete, we got about a minute and 16 seconds to go before we call the 3rd quarter in the books.
The fight's still there with the Mustangs. There's no doubt about it. Things aren't really going their way, but they're in there fighting hard. Great defensive stand in the last series to give great field position, and now they're knocking on the door to try and put some points on board.
If you're a fan of the league, you got to be proud of Gonzaga for the way that they took those losses the last 2 times out, and they're able to regroup, come back. They know the job that's ahead of them once they leave Forestville, and they've certainly shown themselves. Caleb is absolutely carrying them on offense, and I don't know. The offensive line and guys like Josh Williams. Here he comes, Josh, dancing over here, about 15 yards in front of you guys. We're gonna hear some helmets and pads popping here in a second.
Yeah, Woodbury one-on-one right in front of us. Split out
3rd
left.
down. Here comes the fade at the First Amendment Sports
Gonzaga's
10.
playing man. They're going to break some pressure
Bring
here.
this guy over.
Let's see if Miles can put it
There they
in
come.
Tim's lap. Here comes
Miles
the fade.
got rid of it. Fade up in the
Irv
air.
Collins.
That ball thrown into the
And there's a
end zone.
flag. We got a
Looks like
late
it's
flag. It'll be interesting to see if they call that on Gonzaga. You got to believe they're probably going to. That's what the early indication is.
Hey,
Saw a little jersey come away from his body at the end there.
Yeah, they got tangled up a little bit. It was quick, but I think it went down. I think he had to call it, especially right in front of him. Dean Ingram does not agree with either of us.
Interesting that Miles Miller threw it inside. Normally you would throw that to the outside. If he threw it to the outside, I don't know if the pass interference would have been there. Irv tried to adjust and come inside, and as he
It
came
looks like
inside,
that's a defensive hold,
where they got tangled up.
and that should be a 1st down.
They're good. They got the 3rd down marker out still.
I'm going to jump it here. I'm going to steal T's
Marco.
thunder. They're coming back to the Miles Miller keeping score.
Yeah,
here,
I
buddy.
think this has Miles Miller written all over it. No, he lets it go on the RPO, and they lose yardage. It's going to be 4th down.
I don't understand how the defensive holding.
Why wasn't it 1st down?
I
Half-
thought
half
it
the
was
distance?
too. I thought it was. I thought it would have given you
I thought
the
it was an
1st down.
automatic.
I'm not understanding how defensive holding doesn't get you.
An automatic 1st down. It should be, it should be 2nd down right now.
We got some
Instead, they've
communication
got-
here between the referees and the
Instead, they've got 4th
sideline.
and looks like about 6 to go,
4th and
and about 7 for a touchdown.
Hey, T, go tap that ref and let's ask him.
I'll
See
be
what he
right
thinks.
back.
All right. Yeah, that's what he's telling them.
And a timeout
I
is
think
taken on the
Coach
play.
Malloy is trying to ask them why is it 4th
That's
down.
exactly what the conversation is, and it sounded pretty crisp in our ears from 60 yards away.
Coach Shriver's also not happy. We are down close enough where you can hear people with a lot of emotion giving some people a piece of their mind. Gonzaga's looking to keep the stat sheet as clean as possible, trying to keep McNamara out of the end zone here on what, at least right now, looks to be a 4th down play. I think we all kind of thought the penalty would have given him
I had
a first down.
I didn't even know it was fourth down until I looked over. I thought for sure it was a first down. That's why they went with a handoff. Otherwise, they would not have handed that ball off on 3rd and long.
No, I think that was I think there was a bad miscommunication, and that's you got to do a better job of explaining that to the offense. Hey, I'll tell you one thing, though, guys. As the son of a very timid and soft-spoken head coach, I'm really enjoying watching Coach Travers down here.
Coach Malloy's not letting up on his sideline.
No, I know. It's amazing. It's like dueling banjos, and it's very loud. I mean, Coach Travers is losing his mind. This is fantastic. I love it.
They still have not changed it. It still says fourth down.
Looks like it's
Malloy
going to stay forward.
His lobbying did not come through.
They lost the debate. You never want to lose the debate.
Well, there's one way to just correct all that is to put this ball in the end zone.
I believe
right
it's
now.
the same official from the St. John's Good Council game on the ESPN. Yeah.
It is.
What's his name?
Yeah,
we knew it a week ago.
Down.
Andy. We'll go with Andy.
Let's say it's Andy. Miles Miller gets the snap, 4th down. He's on the move, and he is under pressure, and he goes down.
Yeah, there was not much of a shot for that one. Young man,
And
just
the
get up.
Miles Miller is sacked in the backfield.
Gonzaga will take over on downs with the closing seconds of the 3rd quarter yet to tick. 21.9 to go with Gonzaga taking the ball. Call that.
Interesting. In case you were thinking of picking up the tissue that the ref just threw off the field, he informed us that it had blood on it,
okay.
so we should be careful.
Don't pick up the
I was
tissue.
about to go pick it up.
Hey,
in case
I appreciate the ref looking out for us. It'll be one of the first times. And he said it
All
to
right.
you.
Once again, they are lining up to run. We'll see if they actually do run this time. Caleb Williams under center, first down. Gives it off.
There goes Lucas Warfield. Nice little jump cut there. Picked up another extra 5 yards.
It's amazing how this young man, Warfield, has transformed his body from his freshman year. He's very raw. I watched him play his freshman year when my nephew Tyler Strachan was playing football for Gonzaga. And it's amazing how much experience you can see in this kid Warfield from when he was a freshman playing for the first time. And he's become a very, very good football player for this Gonzaga Eagles team.
And that's the end of the third
quarter in the
with
books.
Gonzaga Eagles 31 and your Bishop McNamara Mustangs 7.
Coach Travers not happy.
He's not.
About a lot of things. He is coaching his butt off, and he's got a lot coming out down the way. What previewing next week, Kev?
Previewing next week.
Next week, Gonzaga.
Gonzaga's,
host, right?
Gonzaga's on a bye week.
Gonzaga's on the bye week.
Gonzaga's the bye week before the big showdown with the cadets. The
So it's
oldest
St. John's
Catholic high school
DeMatha.
football rivalry in the country.
Yes.
St. John's DeMatha on Friday night, and the McNamara Mustangs get the Good Counsel Falcons. That's a tough spot for McNamara after what happened with Good Counsel last night. I'm sure it's going to be a rough week of practice out there.
Good Counsel is still down some key players. The way that this McNamara team has played tonight, I mean, I know that they're still going to be outmatched up front and in the trenches, but this McNamara team has the ability to make some plays. And their defense, I've been pretty impressed with their defense, especially in the second half.
We've been on the sidelines of a number of games in this conference, not just this year, but the last couple. And I've been impressed with Miles' ability to, hold his own as a quarterback in this conference. I mean, there's been a wide gamut of skills flashed by all the schools, and I'm happy to put Miles right in that category. Did that ball? I thought for a second the ball spit out.
Tight formation, still running between the tackles.
And a late flag. We got a late flag.
All right, looks like maybe
It's something extracurricular between two guys that were so far away from the play.
Pettibone's one of them.
He pushed him.
I don't see who the McNamara defender was.
I saw a face mask, I think, on the defense.
Yeah, I think Pettibone took his block all the way into the neighborhood next door, and the McNamara player decided he didn't like that.
Yeah, location, right?
Yep. Man, he I was watching him block him. I thought he was just going to keep blocking him until like Tuesday.
And that flag is against the Mustangs.
First down. Caleb under center. Got another handoff and a little bit of dancing. He's getting us some extra yards there on the end.
And Warfield carries the ball for a gain of 4.
Sun is back out. Tioga Jackson Field, Forestville, Maryland. Thanks for joining us on our maiden voyage. Kevin Rickett, Tim Strachan, Ken Marangolo for First Amendment Sports. Gonzaga mounting yet another drive, second down. Another inside handoff. McNamara seems to have these sniffed out at this point, and there is just a lot of physicality
Helmets
on this
flying.
field.
Head coaches losing it. Kids playing
Quinn
hard.
Osborne has now got to come out of the game because his helmet came off.
Is that the case, T? Your helmet
once
comes
your
off,
helmet
you got
comes off, you got to go out for a play.
And it's so interesting to me. Some of these new helmets are designed
And number
to
34,
pop
Marvin
off
Spinner.
at impact. It's part
That's
of a
right.
new trend in helmet. So at which point do they have to, decide who's wearing that one? That's kind of confusing.
Another handoff. And it looks like we're going to get the official stance here from the referee.
No,
He's looking at it. He's eyeballing it. He's going to
With
call.
the way these guys have been playing up front for McNamara in this
He's calling the
second
sticks.
half, 4th and about inches. But they're doing a good job of between the tackles, making initial contact at the line of
It
scrimmage.
looks like we'll take a measurement.
Does it come in with
I
the
mean,
chains?
Gonzaga is obviously making a point to run the football today, to get
I
physical
think
up
they're
front.
trying to
And
run the clock as well.
No doubt, but even in the first half, this is the least amount of passing attempts per play attempts I've seen out of this team all season long. And when they have done it, they've done it well, obviously.
And that's a first down for the Eagles.
But they're trying to get this O-line a little pumped up heading into the latter part of the season.
And when Gonzaga goes up against the likes of St. John's, they're going to have that running game. They're going to have to be able to pound it, run, and keep the ball out of the hands of that high-powered St. John's offense. So I'm sure that's something they're working on right now.
Yeah, I think you're right. They got to firm it up. Caleb took a handful of hits in both those games last year, and they had to throw the ball a little bit when they got behind, and I think you're right
Got a
about that, the
pitch.
game plan.
McNamara sniffs it out, and they are not able to bring him down with the first, second, or looks to be the third player on the
And a
scene.
toss sweep. Looks like a gain of 7 on the play.
Tough run by Malcolm Terry. He's given him some production at the spot today.
Gonzaga keeps the clock running. In the fourth quarter, Quinn Osborne back on the field for the McNamara Mustangs.
I mean, guys, Gonzaga is so multiple. I think 3 different guys have run the ball today. 4 different guys have caught passes. They've thrown it out of the backfield. They've been in double tight. They got a monster tight end. They got guys that can catch the ball down the
2
field.
monster tight ends.
Yeah. They got a lot of ways to attack.
Wallace handed off again, and once again, Quinn Osborne
Close.
does not approve of Terry's ball handling. And we got
Yeah, no,
ourselves
he disagrees.
he strenuously objects. They're going to move those. They're not going to move those chains. Yeah, they are. They're going to move them. We got our first down for Gonzaga. Quinn didn't have enough on that one.
He's just
Gonzaga
involved in every tackle.
Keeps the clock moving.
It's the recurring theme of the game for McNamara's defense.
Caleb Williams on the roll. He's throwing on the run, which he is very good at doing. And John Marshall, sorry.
Yeah, John Marshall may have
Well, that
gotten
pass
away with a
intended
little of
for number
little
14,
push.
little
John
offensive,
Marshall,
and then couldn't come up with
we
it.
have a player down.
I'm trying to think if maybe he had his foot.
Time Brick Collins, though, down.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see. I hope it's a
No.
little cramp situation.
Lower body injury. Hopefully he didn't get
That'd be a cramp.
twisted.
The worst is when the cornerback has his foot stepped on by the wide receiver.
He has played great today. He has shown out. He's done a fantastic job on John Marshall. Not that they've come to John a ton, but
The times they have, he's been right there.
He
playing.
has.
He's had great position all day.
They're going to try to get him up here. You hate to. He looks like he's in some pain.
I can see him wiggling the ankle. So he's got some movement down there.
I think
I was hoping for a cramp, but
they're focusing a little higher than the ankle. Looks like they're stretching the leg out. Pray for the senior. Pray for all seniors, especially as we get down to the culmination of a very tough, very hard schedule that these teams play. And they finish it off by beating the snot out of each other in a way that you don't see anywhere else in the entire country in high school football. And today, McNamara defenders are paying that price.
You show up to play in the league on Saturday, you're going 16 rounds, and you're going to feel it until Wednesday. I don't care how young you are.
And we've seen that with the other teams, too. Look at what happened at Good Counsel against St. John's. They had a couple guys banged up. Cam Snell not being able to go last night against DeMatha. A couple guys for St. John's have gone down.
He's not putting a whole lot of weight on that right leg.
No, it's the right knee they were looking at.
Yep,
they were,
it sure
they were
was.
Checking the loose bodies in there, and you know what? You just hope it was just a little strain, a little hyperextension. But yeah, prayers out to number 2, the senior, who has been.
Can we give a big round of applause for number 2, senior Tom Collins?
Tom Collins.
I thought we had to wait till the 4th quarter was over.
Yeah, for Tom Collins. Caleb, back in shotgun. 2nd down. Run wide. McNamara does have a beat on it, but he is able to get some yards. We're going to call it 3rd down.
And knocked out of bounds by number 35.
Aaron Turner's got some goes there. He said he looked like he was.
Yeah, they like running him on the jet sweep.
Yeah, they do, and he does it well. He was moving. He's got some scoot.
Brings up 3rd down and about 3.
A lot of clock eaten up in this drive. We're passing the 9-minute mark. The 4th quarter. Caleb looking at the sidelines, checking with the coaches. 3rd down play. Comes the snap. He fakes the handoff, gets it to the tallest player in all of Forestville. I think he just dunked in the gym in the inside after he caught the ball.
That is, he's an impressive guy. Roderick Chapman just smartly went low there.
Oh, yeah. That inside fake.
He's so crafty. He's obviously, Caleb Williams is a great ball handler, but pulling that ball out and the way he just flicks it with accuracy, you don't let guys that aren't extremely talented do something like that. It's not exactly the most fundamental thing in the world, but it's very Aaron Rodgers-like.
That's right.
And I dig it.
But it's very effective when it goes to the play-action game, too, though. You talk about his ball handling. His fakes after he hands the ball off looks exactly the same way as when he pulls the ball for a play-action. It's so key, especially with the linebackers, sucking the linebackers up, getting people to think that it's a run.
Josh Williams back on the field, playing on the inside of this offensive line that's already good before he comes on the field. It's a handoff to big number 4. He gets inside the 5-yard line. Gonzaga
good hard run,
pounding it.
Good stick.
And the inside run
I bet you guys can't guess
down.
the number or the name. Oh, yeah, it was Quinn Osborne again.
Yeah, it was Quinn Osborne. And he is tired.
He should be. Watching him plays making me tired. He's
3rd down. 3rd down for Gonzaga. Up close. Inside run. We got ourselves a touchdown for the Purple Eagles.
And number 4, Loic Sangwa walks in for the touchdown.
Sangwa looks big. When he's running across the field.
Yeah, it looks thick.
Yeah, he doesn't have the height necessarily, and he just went up top.
Hey, Conrad Singh, look at him getting off the ground over there.
Conrad Singh.
Look at that.
Air, yeah.
Little jump collision in the air, man. Conrad Singh, special teams coordinator, been on staff for 12 years, and I'm going to have to warn him. You got to, at this age, you got to worry about ACLs and ankles.
He got up too.
Yeah, he's got some jumps.
And he just took on the thick player that we were just talking about, his thickness.
I ran the intramurals down in Hampton City, and Conrad was pretty good on the hardwood
Leaving
as well.
our score, Gonzaga 38 and McNamara 7.
31-point ball game here. Late in the game, almost midway through the 4th quarter. Love to see McNamara finish strong.
Yeah, no, they have not. Their fight has not been given up at all, and love the way they keep fighting down here, in the red zone. But you could tell right there, especially on that last play, how spent this McNamara defense is.
Yeah,
and
you're right.
And they're depleted too. They've got a couple guys that have gone down. So
there's not a Mustang that can't say they left it on the field today.
Now, we did get a report, too. Jalen Cole, senior defensive end, is out for the rest of the game. I think I saw him on the sidelines holding that arm in a sling, so we wish him the best. He is done for the day. Johnny Woodbury, Marvin Spinner back to get the kickoff. Show some McNamara fighting spirit. We got time left on the clock. We got time left to do something on the field.
And I do understand why Conrad did that. As the running back coach, getting your senior a little touchdown in Forestville is always a big deal, and you got to look out for your guys.
We should see some clean jerseys.
I think he just
Woodbury gets that ball. He's trying to make a move. He's trying to find some daylight, and he gets some now. He's on the roof, and he is down around midfield. That's how you finish a game, boys.
Great vision too by Woodbury. He did a good job of kind of just timing up some of those blocks, taking his time, having good vision, and then when he saw that alley, just putting on the speed and getting upfield, getting it across the 50 or almost.
He sure did get up in there, didn't he, after he decided.
Good patience, though. Sometimes you don't have that, in high school. You don't have the experience to know I got guys that I need to get in front of me before I can make my move, and he did that. Got some new clean jerseys on offense here.
Whoa!
And there's a penalty on the play.
I don't think people were feeling too happy with each other at this point of the game.
No, the old pancake situation occurred during and after the whistle.
Christmas card lists are not being developed on the field at this moment in time.
But I'll tell you this: it's tough after you're through half a pancake. It's tough to just get back off.
Yeah.
It's very difficult.
Yeah, there's no such thing as half pancake. You got a full pancake.
That's what I'm saying.
Either you got to be all in or not.
You say full
I
penguin?
think that's what happened there. Don't ever try and stop me half pancake. That's put that out there.
All right. McNamara Mustangs showing a few new jerseys on the field. Ball comes out quick.
And that pass complete to Johnny Woodbury.
Johnny Woodbury takes in the flat. It'll bring up second down.
Who gains 10 after
It's obvious
catch.
Miles Miller's day has been done.
Miles Miller's on
And
the
that'll make it second down and 5.
McNamara to the line. Looking to put the finishing touches. Ball comes out quick.
And
Woodbury had a chance at it on this
through the
inside
arms
slant.
of Woodbury.
T, talk to me about
That'll
throwing
bring up
that
fourth
ball. It's a lot of people going a lot of different ways. I guess you just got to feel like the way you scheme it up, he's the only guy running into that space, and because the quarterback put the ball right where it had to be.
Yeah, you got to be careful about the slant. You want to make sure your guy gets inside position, but you also want to throw the ball before any of the linebackers can get enough width and get underneath of the pass.
I believe this is young Jordan Pierce at the helm here, taking over from Miles Miller.
Nice move.
He's getting some extra. Hold that ball, and he's continues to
going.
stay on his feet.
And that play kept
no.
alive.
And the ball comes out. Ball comes out. It looks like it's going to be Gonzaga ball.
Once again, just
Brought all
trying,
the way down past the 25-yard line.
trying too hard to make a play for your team. It's down by 31 points. You don't fault the effort at all. And that's what's going to happen when you're really grasping at the end there and trying to fight for everything you can get.
So elusive, showed some quicks, had a little dynamic out of the backfield, and had the ball all over the place. And this is where you learn.
That
This
ball
is how you learn. The
carried
young
by number
sophomore,
13
they'll have it
freshman
figured
Kenny
out.
Prince.
Heck of a play, though. Great initial move.
He was
And breaking a
at the end
couple of
the play.
tackles and making people miss.
6.5 minutes to
Great things
go
ahead for that young man.
in the game. Gonzaga takes over. Looks to be 25. 20-ish yard line. I love this game call. I feel like we're calling, in some respects, it feels like we're calling it from the basement. But we are not at the best angle for the yard line down here. Gonzaga does hand it off. We have a new quarterback in for Gonzaga as well. Clean sheets. We got some new players running on and off the field for Gonzaga. There, we got. Looks like we're getting everybody worked in here. Let's take that in. Take in that scene, everybody. Sunny Saturday afternoon. Two great high school football programs. Gonzaga doing exactly what they came here to do. McNamara showed some resistance for most of the game. And at the end of the day, you watch this conference long enough, you kind of know what you're going to get with Gonzaga this year. And they were able to really exert their will. Caleb Williams had a great day. He put the ball on the money. He threw receivers open. When the receivers didn't catch the ball, he didn't put it in a spot where it could be intercepted. He was slick. He was smooth. He was clever. A lot of good footwork and handwork on the inside. RPO stuff. Yeah, I was very impressed.
He's a very talented young man. Now Jay Oliver, the sophomore, has taken over, number 37. And
are you sure Josh Williams isn't going to come out and play quarterback before this thing's all over?
Last time you saw a quarterback wearing number 37?
I'm going to say
he's going to throw it. And the joy you hear from the Gonzaga fans and the players on the sidelines is surely
that tackle made by number 35, Quinn Osborne.
The joy that usually goes when you see a player, a buddy of yours that you practice with all day, all year long, and you want to see him do something good.
Yes, young Jalen Loudermilk.
There you go.
Out of the backfield, getting his hands on the rock. And it is a great time for reps for these guys. You get out on the field, a field that you've only seen people play on since you've played grade school football. It changes you. It makes you a different outlook heading into the offseason. These are important reps.
Here comes the punt. Fielded on the run by Irv, and he's going to go. He's going to make a big
Irv. That was
play.
He's going to make a play for the touchdown. He's going to get a block.
We can't block below the waist.
We got ourselves a flag.
You can't block below the waist, guys. High school football, there's no blocking below the waist. That was John Marshall was going to be. Poor Irv. You know what?
It was a great move.
It was a great effort. He caught that ball on the run athletically, stopped on the dime up the sidelines. Great cutback. And it was a one-on-one situation.
McNamara, one thing McNamara has an edge on Gonzaga in this game has been special teams, and we talked about it time after time. I thought it was going to be the kickoff return, but they were going to break one big play in the special teams, and they had it there.
And there's a penalty on the play.
The unfortunate below the waist block at the end there. It was a nice block, but
we've got a block below the waist. And that'll bring that ball back.
All he had to do was get in his way.
That's all he had to do. 33-yard line.
We hope that you've stuck with us for 4 quarters. We hope that you join us again. Want to underline again the fact that flags come out different times on Saturday than they do on Sunday. Learn with us. Watch with us. You heard it right here. Can't block below the waist on Saturdays. It would have been a fine-looking block on Sunday. McNamara takes over. Empty backfield. Maybe give him a chance to do something again with his feet. Yeah, there he goes. He's going to tuck it and run. Short gain.
And he gains a few on the play.
Appreciate the confirmation there. Yeah.
I like the athleticism of this young kid.
We're at 3.5-minute mark of the 4th quarter in the game. I hope these kids stay safe and healthy for the rest of the way out. Do something fun here. The ball is in the air, and the receiver turned inside. Quarterback seemed to want him to turn outside.
A little miscommunication here. You wonder how many reps he gets in practice, how often they're on the same page.
You know what's freaking me out here, guys, is not that these guys' uniforms are clean because they haven't played enough. I love that they're out here right now. No matter what, there's just no more muddy jerseys. We just no more muddy uniforms
It's
anymore.
the old cliche, clean jerseys.
I know, but now they're all clean.
But they're all clean
times.
now.
Yeah.
Everything's clean. It's way too clean for me.
McNamara handoff.
Ball carried by number 21, Cam Sykes.
Quick drive.
Some people saying these guys used to play with dirt.
This field was
How old are these
ash.
Whatever's underneath this turf right here is what we played on. So that just should explain it all.
I thought I was going to sound old when I said back when we played.
Now,
We huddled. We huddled after every play. There was no, unless it was under 2 minutes.
Fourth down.
We held hands like men in a huddle.
Yes.
McNamara
The huddle
needs
was a special place. I'm sad to see that it's not as prevalent as it used to be.
the full 10. The ball's in the air. The receiver's got it.
Good throw.
And we got a little run after the catch. Looks like it's going to be enough for the first
Keith
down.
Parker, the
That's caught by number
senior.
14, Keith Parker. And that'll be a first down.
You talk about this
Mustang.
field when it was dirt and mud and ash. Reminds me of my days playing pickup ball with Sweet Lewis Bullock. You didn't think I was going to get through an entire show without talking
No,
about
I
my
knew it was coming at some
gym
point.
class teammate.
Unfortunately, so did Lou.
Yes. Well, hey, we didn't lose against anybody. Lewis Bullock, pride of McNamara, but University of Michigan. McNamara looking to put the ball in the end zone. Nice play by the
good play on
Gonzaga
Prince flows into the
secondary.
flats. Pass is incomplete.
Sophomore Will Carr getting his hands out there, the strong safety, making a play on the field.
Selling out.
That stays on tape. They don't forget it. The eye
Yep.
in the sky doesn't lie. And I hope we got your name right, young man.
Second down and long. McNamara wants to finish with a flourish. Send the fans home with something good to see. Comes the snap. He's looking in the back of the end zone. He's got a guy.
Oh, he had him.
And Prince throws deep, incomplete.
When he looks at that on tape, he's going to know that if you put a little bit more air under it, let your guy adjust to it. He had the cushion on the sidelines. Bring it down from up high. Give your guy a
Sophomore
chance
quarterback
to catch it.
Pierce looks like with just a little bit of polish, maybe he puts that ball closer to that back pylon. T, is that where you're aiming on that ball, the back
Absolutely.
pylon?
You want to put a little air under it, especially the way he ran that route. He kept a little cushion on the sidelines. If you can bring it down inbounds, let your guy adjust to it, give him a chance to catch it.
Third down. McNamara once again looking to the skies. They got, again, a very good play by the Gonzaga secondary. Met the receiver at the time of impact with the ball.
Yeah, good break on the ball.
Excellent play.
Ball was a little bit too far inside. If you threw it outside to the outside number or shoulder.
Yeah, T, it looks like the receiver even
That ball
has
intended for number 31.
These are
Jabari
as
Williams.
Kevin
Little
said,
size.
valuable reps for guys that
Depended
don't
on the
normally
play
get a
by
chance to play on
Augie Summers.
Saturdays. Valuable reps for them. These are things that he's going to learn from. I think the quarterback position's in pretty good hands for McNamara once Miles Miller's gone.
Nice play
Fourth down.
by Augie Summers right there.
fourth down, and the pass rush is
Mama
on him,
calls
and he's going
Augie.
to escape
I'll
up
call
the
Augie.
middle,
Prince keeps it himself.
and he is close.
He gets down to the
We're going to call him inside the 5, maybe right around, and then we got a first and goal for the.
and he gets down to the 6-yard line.
They'll call it
And that's
6.
a first down Mustang.
I'm going to love listening to this afterwards and be able to tell exactly how well we can hear Marco calling the game. Because I don't want people to think I'm stealing Marco's lines or information, but he's giving us the goods. McNamara driving. Finish
Jordan
finish
Prince.
strong. Ball's in the air. We got a receiver. Hit him in the hands. Gonzaga
Prince throws
again.
into the end zone.
Good play by the secondary. He had a hand in there. He made
That's
it hard.
incomplete.
Yeah, this young man, we just
Kevin Donaldson on the pass breakup.
and we just were able to confirm this is Jordan Prince, quarterback playing. He had some pretty spectacular plays here in the fourth quarter.
All right, here we go. McNamara looking to put it in. Second down and goal. 1:23 left to go in the game. Clock stopped. Here's the snap. Surveying the field. He is under pressure and he's
Little jump
moving. He's
cut.
got a little bit of. He had, so he had to put that ball on the
Prince
outside.
steps up into the pocket.
Hey,
Throws
the
incomplete
step
into
up
the
and
end
the
zone.
jump cut separated himself from the pocket in any danger. And if he would have held on to it, I think he could have run that ball in.
Yeah, he escaped the pocket ahead of everybody.
He does.
He's got elusiveness when he runs the ball. He's got elusiveness in the pocket as well. Good pocket presence. Some
wiggle and some stop and go.
And if we're being honest, he didn't have a whole lot of options. He did put that ball away from the traffic, so thankfully he didn't put himself in a turnover scenario.
He put it in a safe place.
Yep. 3rd down and goal. Surveying the field. He's got someone right in the middle. He's picking up a block. He's got to work his way up. And he's doing it. He is going to lose what looks to be a yard. And we have, once again, oh, look, okay, this isn't good. This is not good. We got players who are no longer playing nicely. Helmet's been removed.
The McNamara young lineman had a Gonzaga helmet in his hand, is what I noticed. And there was a McNamara helmet on the ground. I think it's the old helmet switcheroo play.
There was a helmet switcheroo. A Gonzaga player had a McNamara helmet, and that McNamara player decided, you know what? I still need a helmet, so I'm going to take yours.
Is it like a post-game jersey swap?
And to your point, Kevin, about the helmets popping off.
Have until after the game's over.
If we watch that again, if we see that again, he almost he went to get that helmet. He got it like a palm one foul swoop.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to be able to do offsetting here. I got a feeling
I wonder what that discussion amongst their stripes is.
I think they're like, Andy, what do we do about this?
You got 1 minute and 3 seconds to go. You have some kids who aren't playing a whole lot in the hardest conference in the entire United States of America. They got into each other's faces. Why don't we just do an offsetting?
Is there a penalty for stealing? Stealing helmets.
The huddle continues. The referees continue to discuss.
Dead ball, personal foul.
We got one on
against
Gonzaga.
Another dead ball. No.
They're going to only call it on Gonzaga.
It's only going to be on Gonzaga.
That is an interesting call. I clearly saw multiple players.
Is there a rule against having someone take your helmet? It's a penalty on you.
Yeah,
it's
obviously personal foul.
Yeah, keep an eye on that thing, kid.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
It's a fascinating call. I thought offsetting calls would have been perfectly acceptable and fine.
I'm going to tell you, number 82, Gus Callis of Gonzaga. I didn't see the action, but he was standing there, not responding, not doing anything negative afterwards with no helmet. And it seems to me as if he got called for allowing his helmet to be confiscated.
Did you lose your helmet again, Gus? There's a flag. We're going to have to call that one, son. But he literally took it right off of my head.
We have to dust up on our rules changes in the modern era of high school football.
I'd love to think that would create a first down, but we've been dead wrong about this in the past. Let's just say McNamara is looking with 35 seconds to go. The ball's in the air, and the McNamara guy is on the outside. The McNamara receiver brought it down, but did not get in bounds.
Yeah, you got to keep that one in bounds. But a lot of football lessons learned here in the last few minutes. Where to put the fade, how to protect the football, and don't let anyone steal your helmet.
And by the way, please excuse my use of the words "the McNamara guy." I'm literally 118 yards away from that play. That was the best I could do. I knew he was wearing a gold jersey.
Once again, doesn't a personal foul, isn't that an automatic first down? That should have been a first down.
And senior Keith Parker, who had a catch earlier on the drive,
thank you,
was the intended receiver.
Excellent. You do have the best eyes among us.
I can't see my hand in front of my face. This monitor is seriously like a foot and a half away from me.
Am I wrong? Wouldn't a personal foul be a first down or an automatic?
I thought so.
And down here as well, I'm not really sure what's happening. We definitely have to go to the rule book.
We might have to pull Andy aside at the end of the game and ask him.
And there was an offsides penalty early in the game that resulted in a first down. Then we got a flag. Another flag.
Guys, I got to tell you, there's a chance this one's on us. There's an outside chance.
I think T really pissed off the refs.
Well, there's the third reference to Andy.
How many players? McNamara tried to do the old play with 14 guys.
I like it.
It was worth a shot.
It was.
You got to think this is victory formation. Before we let you go and inside the whistles, want to say thank you again. Thank you, Tim Strachan, for all of your experience and wisdom and know-how doing a game call. Thank you, Kevin Ricka, for being the man with every name, number, and fact about this awesome conference. On behalf of First Amendment Sports, I am Ken Marangolo. Gonzaga gets out of Forestville, departing Tioga Jackson Field with a win over the McNamara Mustangs. Your final score?
I want to thank everyone for coming out to support
38-7, Purple Eagles.
WCAC competition.
We will see you very soon.
Broadcast tomorrow.
Don't forget Tuesday nights.
On First Amendment Sports and FirstAmendmentSports.com.
We could stay along for the shout out. See you guys at our next place. You will be seeing us in the postseason. You will be seeing us at the championship game. We look forward to joining you guys there, covering the greatest high school sports conference in the entire country, the WCAC. It's spectacular.
Tuesday nights.